kids, and they're both ugly chicks. It's like, should you get your sperm checked at that point?
Or stop producing completely. I mean,
yeah, just stop making them.
No, but then you lose your political soldiers, your good little revolutionary babies.
I don't know. Anyway, speaking of good little revolutionary babies, do we want to get into the Egypt stuff right away? I want to open the show with that. I'm so excited. I'm learning about this for the first time. This will be the first time I've seen this. Let's go.
This is an emergency. We have just been violently dragged into the buses here at the first checkpoint on the way to Ismailia. We were sitting quietly and not doing anything. We were debating that we would leave soon in taxis back to Cairo because we did not break any law. And all of a sudden, several people stormed in and they started to push people and drag them violently outside. They have beaten people. I have seen one woman that was beaten in her face in front of me. They didn't leave time to grab the luggage or anything. Now we're beaten. And this is the bus is now full of people. I hope no one is seriously injured. This is a very shocking incident. Stop. Thank you. So this is one of the Secret Service people that was just walking in here. I have to stop this live stream now. We are in danger. This is an emergency. We need help.
Oh man, it seems seems like the Egyptian police are dangerous, guys. Did you guys know that?
Or other countries don't have the same tolerance levels for stupidity.
That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing: they may have gotten a little hurt, shoved, bruised, feelings hurt, all that. But I think if they're getting them the fuck out of there, they're probably saving their lives. Yeah. They should show a little appreciation.
Who would have thought that starting your protest in Egypt, a country that doesn't really appreciate Palestine right now, is not a good idea? Who could have seen that coming?
It's crazy, and you saw
literally
by the
everybody else.
Just looking at that, did you see how fucking like hot and sunburnt that woman was?
She wasn't hot.
Her complexion. Her complexion is not built for that environment. I know this. I just moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. Nobody told me how hot it was before I came here. My complexion's not built for this. And Egypt is hotter somehow.
I mean, I was looking at her and thinking about putting sunscreen on.
Dude, she's in rough shape. Again, these people are professional LARPers. They don't have any idea what's going on. Oh, this is fun. We got another clip.
Gaza people sitting down and stuff, and it's the Egyptians that are hitting them and fighting them.
Look, we all know how the Middle Easterners feel about guns. I'm surprised none of those have been pulled out yet.
Yeah. Well,
this is Egypt, not Dubai.
Close enough.
They got off lucky right here.
And what's interesting about this, okay, so this is an interesting time for this to happen because we have kind of a corollary here in the United States. This is what happens in other countries when you go to their country and protest. Here in our country, if you come here and protest, you can light cars on fire and shit, and we'll just let you do it.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you just
the
go
Egyptians
nuts.
are throwing objects at the Gaza supporters.
And
yeah, they're lucky it's not lead.
Yeah, they are really lucky that this is all that happened.
Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck you, get out." And yeah. Yeah.
These are the same people. Most of them are white, and they're the same ones that all day, every day talk about white privilege, this, that, and everything else. And they're the living embodiment of it, entitlement, and if there was such a thing, white privilege, because they're in another person's country trying to come in with their hobby activism because they don't have to do anything else. They're obviously well taken care of because they have the time and resources to just do this on a whim to make themselves feel good. And
well, look at the pudge on these people.
I'm really surprised it's not bricks and stones, because Egypt is very big on stoning. So I'm really surprised we aren't seeing stones and bricks being thrown at the protesters.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty restrained response.
Yeah, it
by
is. For
Egypt.
the Middle East, it is.
I think, and by the way, I think that's because they're like, okay, we know these people are from outside the country, but we don't know if they're American or not. If they're American and we kill them, then we're fucked. We're gonna be in
No,
trouble.
they probably blocked the road to the stones and rocks.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, dude.
Why did they not bring in our pallets of bricks?
They're all happy and smiling.
They need a little caption on the one being thrown. I'm helping.
But I think this is really an indictment on how everything is going right now. We've got all this. We have these protests there in Egypt and Gaza and all those things, all about Palestine. And we've got the no kings here, and nobody's putting up with it. Everyone is fed up with it everywhere. So nobody is putting up with these liberal brainlets either throwing a tantrum. And we all want to be the fact that we're saying that they should be throwing bricks and lead is a little bit of a hint that we kind of want that to happen. We don't want people to die, but we do want them to face the consequences of their actions.
Oh, I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more to have these people actually have consequences for their actions. Where I have people in my own family right now, on the lefty side of the family, that they're going to one of these, no kings marches. And I was like, hey, that's cringe, but like, keep it peaceful. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, you people seem to be incapable of, it was just like that senator the other day who got tackled, and it was like, oh, well, what happened? And they're like, this is fascist. No, it's not. This man didn't announce himself, ran up to the podium and started screaming at this woman, and then got tackled and got taken out. It's not fascism. That's security. That's this is bullshit. Everybody is sick of the pageantry. Everybody is sick of you taking like a huge stance on molehills. We're sick of you pearl clutching. We're sick of everything has to be terrible. Like, we're tired of this. And this is why you lost in the fucking election in the first place. Like, we're done. We're done. Okay. Like back in 2018, if I would have said something and you would have called me a racist, I would have like backpedaled. Now I don't care. Like, now we'll just keep it going. You're like, oh, you're racist. And I'll be like, and I'm just so sick of it. I would assume that everybody on the panel is as well.
Yeah, it's the Harry Potterification. Saying hi to the chat. What's up, Diana? What's up? Evely Music is here. Selena's here. What's up, girl? It's the Harry Potterification of American politics, where you have a bunch of millennials who read Harry Potter. They saw The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. They never read a second book. So that's their whole framing of reality. They maybe got Twilight in there. And
I'm so glad I'm not that millennial.
No, you're a little bit off. It's not the Harry Potter. It's the Hunger Games. Because
really? Okay, tell me about that.
Harry Potter is actually a decently based story about the dangers of government overreach, whereas and doesn't really focus on too much on revolution.
Oh yeah,
Voldemort's the revolutionary in that one. The real problem is Hunger Games makes everyone believe that the government's the enemy and they're the hero. The problem is the Hunger Games is also a super Democrat-based government, postmodernist, post-humanist. Everyone's dressed like they're some kind of alien. They are the Republic in the Hunger Games.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to think that the.
Oh, by the way, I was on New Black Street last night. Can you tell?
Well, the point before we get too far away from this, the point is we have a bunch of people who grew up reading fiction books, and they believe that Donald Trump is Voldemort and they're Dumbledore's army. It's the good guys versus the bad guys, and that there's no such thing as scarcity, and that everyone should get unlimited free good things forever. And if you say no to that, you're a big fat meanie. And that's their whole policy initiative. Their whole
I would
perspective
argue.
on policy is it's like, okay, it's the way they think is like they're a mom making sure everybody at the sleepover gets the same amount of fruit snacks. That's how they
why
approach
women have no place
everything.
in politics. But here's another reason too, because we've done this is perfect a jump off point, because we've gotten to that point where they're like, everybody, equity, right? We want everybody to have the same thing. We now have made being oppressed kind of like a currency in this country, where it was, where you had people like, oh, I can say this because I'm part Cherokee, or I could say this because I'm part black, or I can say this, Mexicans actually used to own California, and I was like, yes, the Spanish treated the Spanish treated the natives so much
too
better.
damn bad that we paid them.
It's retarded. It's a terrible way to like look at yourself, because you're always going to look. So what do you see now? Like on TikTok or everything, they always need to tell you like, oh, I have ADHD. I'm on the spectrum. It was like, oh, I can have an opinion because I'm oppressed in some way. This is a terrible. Instead of just saying it, like, you can have a take, just say it. But because of the that we pandered to people and wanted to reach out to them and include these people. No, once you're in public, bro. Like you could have a good take, a bad take. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm not going to pander to you because you are a certain way. That's why you see on TikTok there's people like faking diseases, faking Tourette's, faking all these things. They want that sympathy because they know that they're not educated on the subject, but they can still have their take, even doing no research. If they just say, well, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's not just about the ability to have a point. It's the ability to ignore your point.
100%.
I actually have all these things, and so I've dealt with it a lot where people are like, you can't say that. You don't know what it's like to live as an ADHD person with all these whatevers.
I have ADHD.
I do too. I have ADHD. I have a physical tic disorder. I am unfortunately a
I love that both of you were complaining about it, and you both just announced to the world that you have it.
No, but I'm saying I did. Never once did I say, hi, I'm Sam. I have ADHD.
I know.
My pronouns are he, they, and I have ADHD.
Yeah.
And
when I
Gal also
when
has
I
a
was
disability.
kid,
She is a woman.
Hey, don't say this because people will judge you because you have this.
You want to know what it is?
What they're doing is they're saying, treat us with kitty gloves, lay down the eggshells, and now dance around them for us, monkey, because they want to ensure that they are protected in all ways. It is an ultimate shield against criticism, and it is an ultimate shield against discomfort.
All of the people that do that are the ones that came to adulthood and realized that they needed their participation trophy, and no one was going to give it to them anymore because they're not children. And the fact that the participation trophy even became a thing is what started all of this off. It's those children who got those realizing at adulthood that they don't get them anymore.
100%. No, I said, you want to know why there's school shootings these days? So my wife is a teacher.
That's why.
The other day they had, and they were all like, oh. No, but okay. Here, no. So they said they had parent-teacher conferences before like the end of the school year, right? And this kid was doing like really bad at math, and they're like, "Do you want us to put up a fake report card to make him think he's doing better at math?" And I was like, no, that's terrible. And it was like, no, the kid will feel better about himself. And I was like, no, okay, here's the problem. So this kid is going to go through life going like, hey, I'm really good at math. And then he's going to get into college. And then he's going to go like, I want to be an architect. And they're like, I don't know if anyone's told you this. You sucked at math since like the second grade. And then he's going to be like, well, I better bring my clear backpack in today because anytime these kids do not know how to deal with any
Rejection.
negativity. Where
Yeah.
there was like, if all the guys on the panel, have you ever been rejected asking a girl to a dance? That's an important
No,
lesson.
wait,
that
no,
you
you've
should-
been rejected?
Dude, I went to 7 proms when I was in high school. My senior year, I went to 7 proms. I was beautiful, but either way,
I like how you said past tense.
the 8th girl who said no, I had to deal with that. I had to take a look in the mirror and you know, and go, well, maybe I'm the fucking problem. I'm a fucking douchebag. You know, like I had to look and make that. These people look in the mirror and they have that Principal Skinner meme where there was like, no, it is the kids who are out of touch. Like it's upsetting.
Yeah, I think there's another part of the problem, which is people on the left think they have the monopoly on caring for other folks. So everything, whatever their view is, anyone on to the right of Bernie Sanders can't possibly have feelings or caring for another people or whatever, right? So,
for sure.
For instance, when we say you should bring yourself up on your own bootstraps, you're trying to tell us, the rest of us, to starve or some shit or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that, but you know, there's a right time and place where you can help others, and then there's times where you bring her up to your own bootstraps.
No, that's a great example. One that I've been dealing with a lot online just because of the subject lately is, hey, people who aren't here legally shouldn't be here. Or, you know, Biden left an open door and 20 million people came in. We can't accommodate for that. We should find a way around that. And people go, you're racist. And I have to go, I don't care what color they are. They're here illegally. Like it doesn't matter. And they're like, they're not committing a crime. And I was like, their status is illegal. Like
that's why they don't call him that anymore.
It could be a Swiss guy who looks like me, and he was like, "Oh, well, I just jumped a fence." Like I don't care what color you are.
Well, yeah, okay. This is important. What you're saying reflects. I think you kind of see things as you're doing your absolute best to have a worldview that's connected with reality. And I think the problem is on the left, people are in this like fantasy world where there's like heroes and villains, and reality is like infinitely malleable. And the only reason bad things happen is because we didn't care hard enough.
It's emotion.
You know, that's how leftists think. And actually, we have a really good. I actually want to pivot from do we have more Gaza stuff, Emerald? Do we have more? Do we have more of these? Do we have more Gaza stuff?
Yes, I've got one last video to show. And at this point, the protesters are now saying it's how dare Egypt do this?
Oh, good.
White people and
good.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
So they're whipping.
They're getting their healthy dose of cultural enrichment.
No, shame on these people.
Learn to film with your fucking camera. God damn it.
Well, it's hard when you're getting beat over the head.
I don't care. Do better.
So, in all definition, these protesters are foreign invaders.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, this ties directly with what we were literally just talking about, how the left, they police based on emotion. Also, he's complaining about being hit with whips. She looks like she likes whips.
The worst part about all
things I don't want to think about in life. Thank you.
The tribalism. So someone did an experiment the other day, and I don't know if you know this, Ireland is very, very split politically.
What?
Yeah.
Well, not really split. It's the government versus everybody else.
Good.
Okay. Someone on I can't remember where the wall is in Ireland, but someone wrote a pro-Palestine thing on the north side of the wall. Guess what happened on the south side? It's all pro-Israel. That's the biggest problem. So we've talked about the border crisis. You can't have a conversation anymore because someone will go, "Hey, there's a crisis at the border," and then a Democrat will say, "There's no crisis at all. People are people." And then there's people like me in the middle going, "Well, something's wrong at the border. I don't know if it's necessarily a crisis, but there's a bunch of people, undocumented people coming in, and we don't have a way to address that. There has to be a conversation." But when you have these, like big, like only a Sith speaks in absolutes. Like when when you have these absolutes, like trying to bring gray into a black, a black and white situation. Actually, no, it's the opposite. Trying to bring black and white into a situation that is totally gray. It's the same thing in Gaza. An area that's been in flux since the Bible.
Right. It's really hard to comic bookify a situation like that because
100%. So when you do that, there's no conversation to be held because like you have gone to one extreme to the other extreme. Like that's unfair to the conversation, and that's why nothing gets done.
This is great. And so what we have is leftists kind of refusing to create a worldview that maps onto reality properly because they want to live in a simple world where it's good guys and bad guys and feelings are always right. Emerald, can we pull up that video? This is a related topic that I wanted to cover. This is a mother educating her sons about patriarchy. And I wanted to show this because this is connected. Go ahead.
There's never been a woman president.
Most people vote boys.
Why?
Because they think boys are stronger than girls. Boys can be better president than girls. But America's never had a girl president. Men don't want that to change to keep their hierarchy in line. They want to be stronger always, and they don't want to change that.
You know what that's called? Hierarchy?
No.
The patriarchy.
When he was tossing me the car keys in the patriarchy, keychain on the car.
How long before this kid changed?
Child abuse.
Since the beginning of time, all the leaders of the world, majority are who?
Men.
Okay, who has started every single war?
That's just not true. That's not true.
100% not true.
I'm just gonna go hide and like.
You know what's crazy is that little boy, by the way, real quick, that little boy is wearing a Chiefs sweatshirt, not because of the Chiefs, but probably because of Taylor Swift.
Yes.
100%.
Clearly his mom is a wine mom.
Now can we guess the length of the mother's hair? I'm assuming.
I think it's probably about the same. I think
Long up
your
top,
haircut,
shaved
Sammy.
on the sides. Or that.
Well, see, to have that point of view is also to have be delusional to the fact that, okay, men take a lot of, not saying there's women that don't take risks, but men take a lot of risks, joining militaries, fighting wars, being firefighters or whatever. So there's some types of leaderships that come with that.
It's not even just that men do that. It's an expectation for men to do that. I joined the military.
Right.
Guess what? That was a choice for me. It's generally not a choice for dudes.
Right.
It is an expectation.
Also, someone, I think it was Bill Burr who once said, "There's no feminists in a house fire." Okay, like they want to talk all this shit until there's an actual real situation going down. I guarantee you, these people, and shame on these kids. I guarantee. Not shame on the kids, shame on this mother. I guarantee she's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Hunter's changing his gender." You want to go, "Oh, how could that be?" And then you see a video like this where she's grooming these kids to think that men are bad. There's nothing wrong with being a man, okay? I don't know.
Here's the other problem. The part of the problem is we're not allowed to have differences. So that's how come they celebrate people who are transmission files joining dudes joining women's sports. Because if you say that dude has an advantage over the women, that
they'll be like, what are you talking about?
Right. That just franchises their whole view on everyone being equal. So that's how come no matter what, they have to defend that position, no matter how ridiculous they look.
Dude, I went to a yoga class the other day with my wife because like she's having back problems.
You don't have to defend why you went to yoga. Carry on.
No, either way, she was getting very upset that I was like doing better than her at yoga, where it was like almost and actually so was the woman who was teaching the class, where she's like, oh, we're gonna do this, or like we're gonna cross your leg over your balls and we're just gonna sit down on your balls. And I'm going like, bitch, I got this. Like, and I'm standing on like one foot, like, and my other leg is like Indian style. And then you know, my wife is like, how are you doing this? And I was like, I used to wrestle in high school. Like, I know where like my base of balance is. Also, like, I'm a man and I'm better at doing stuff physically than you are. Okay. Like you, it's not about like, oh, I set out to like embarrass my wife. I came there to be supportive, but like, wouldn't you know it? I'm better at doing certain things than she is.
It's
like
worse
it's not
than denying the positives of being a man. It's significantly worse than that, because what it's also doing is it is exclusively pointing out the negatives and it's lying about them. For instance, the claim that men are the only ones who cause wars. It has been scientific, or when looking at the history of it, female leaders cause significantly more wars and global disruptions than male leaders do when accounting for capita, of course.
So I was actually I was actually going to bring this up earlier. She needs to define war, because on a very, very small scale, women start the fights in the home.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
don't sit there and say, like, who starts wars? It's just like, what kind of war are you talking about? Because in your home currently, how frequently do you fight with your husband if he's even there?
He's not, I guarantee you.
How many times do you fucking start the fight? Who chased him out of the home? Betcha it wasn't himself.
How many videos have we seen where a woman will get in another man's face, start the conflict, and then draw her boyfriend in to then defend her? So that right there, in a sense, is a little minor conflict battle, not necessarily a war, but that's exactly the same kind of principle.
But the most duplicitous
I had a weird fight with my wife this morning. She's going to a bridal shower for my family, which has been hilarious. Actually, I'll text you the text she sent me, because like my red-pilled wife is now like with a bunch of my like lefty family members, and she's like, your sister said I'm misogynist, and I was like, hey, blow everybody's mind and say that I tell you that all the time. You need to calm the fuck down. But she you know, she said something, and you know, she was trying on like different dresses this morning, and you know, obviously I like the one that fit her form better, but like she said something akin to you only say that when I'm wearing blue. And I was like, well, no, the dress could be green. And she's like, oh, well, if the dress was green, it was like, the only thing you care about is my tits. Like, she started that fight out of nothing. She just wanted to know if she looked good in a dress. I don't know what headspace she's in. She was looking to start a fight before the conversation even started. If you want to put women in charge of nuclear weapons, I suggest we should track when their periods are. I'm just saying.
They'll start a war with another country and not tell them why for 2 weeks.
The other part of it is how many wars, just because, even if they were started by men, how much of it was because of a woman? Like, even just being in the background, whispering in his ear.
I have to go to war because she won't sleep with me if I don't.
Well,
There's some good. Russia doesn't respect you.
The stubbornness of some women too is like, oh, look at Fannie Willis with Georgia, right? So she not only did she's like, okay, she tried to prosecute Trump, and then now she's being like, okay, she was giving money to her boyfriend or her side piece boyfriend or whatever, and made him get all the money for prosecuting Trump while she stands on the sideline. He's using the money to buy her vacations and stuff. And oh well, they're only attacking me because I'm a black woman, and all this and you can find all these problems with legit issues, and she ignores all that and bring it because they don't want to see a woman in charge, or it's because I'm a black woman, and I'm trying to prosecute Trump. They don't want to see me succeed or some bullshit.
See, but we are missing the most duplicitous part about this whole thing. That last line from the little boy, the younger one, how he said that he was afraid he's now going to go hide. She's conditioning him to be afraid of not only the world, but also everyone who he could possibly call friend. And most concerningly, he's taught to be afraid of himself. He is afraid of what he is because of these lies that she's poisoning him with.
You know what I find a little bit ironic is if either one of those boys grow up to be gay, she's teaching them that men are all bad, right? And misogynist and all of that bullshit. And if they end up being gay, she's going to be so proud. And I'm like, isn't that a bit counterproductive to what you're actually
No, because the gay ones are the
them?
good ones, according to the liberal mind frame.
It's so backwards.
It is.
That's
remember
why
that
that video from
pro-choice.
just a couple years ago, that pregnant woman who found out after the reveal that she was having a boy, and she started having a panic attack, and her friends were videotaping her, and I just hope he's gay and not one of the bad ones. Yeah, it was
that's why I'm pro-choice. Is as long as these liberal women keep killing their babies, eventually normal people will come back into the forefront, because these liberal women are,
not as long as they have a complete stranglehold on the education system and other ways of indoctrinating other people's kids.
Let's say hi to the chat real quick. Full Metal Nate is here. What's up, buddy? Cliff Understand in the Twitch chat. Finally have somebody in my Twitch chat. That's pretty badass.
What's up, Cliff?
Toast is here. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Toasty.
Shout out to the 4%. We love you guys. Dude, I dropped a short recently. It got 1,500 views in the first 2 days. 100% men. 0 women watched it. Or at least not enough to even register 1% of
That's
the
fine.
Which video? I watch your shorts.
Okay, well, obviously you probably don't count. The algorithm probably thinks you're a dude.
I was gonna, yeah. That bitch is a tomboy. She's more testosterone than the fucking.
Yeah, that's rough. Speaking of low testosterone, this is actually a great segue because we actually have a great example of socially acceptable masculinity in 2025. So do you guys remember when Will Smith was the coolest man on planet Earth, and he was archetypal masculinity, and fucking everything he dropped was a banger? It was Men in Black, it was Independence Day, Wild Wild West. It had got mixed reviews, but he was still cool in that. And he was this hot dick slinging dude who was cool, and he drove fast cars.
He's
hot women
time
loved
to
him.
save the world.
Right. And then
Welcome to Earth.
his wife humiliated him in public, which was rough to watch. And then the Chris Rock thing happened. And anyway, he's making music again. And we can't play the song, but we can kind of watch, some of the video and skip around. Now this is about him liking pretty girls. The song is called "I Like Pretty Girls," and
keep in mind who his wife is and what she looks like. By the way,
yikes!
Yeah.
And look at these pretty girls.
Look at the sweater he's
And
wearing.
look at what he's wearing.
Yeah, it's like a Pedro
God.
Pascal.
Oh God, it's hard to watch.
Real quick, Theo, all that stuff you brought up about Will Smith being the epitome of cool back in the 90s, early 2000s, all that, I think that's bullshit. I think it was a psyop, because what happened to black male leads after Will Smith? They've gradually gotten more and more and more feminized. They fucking used the IRS to take out Wesley Snipes.
made him wear a dress.
Yep.
Yes. They made.
I mean,
yeah.
look, Tu Wong Fu is fucking hilarious, but
I mean,
Yeah.
That's actually a good movie. That's back when
Will Smith don't got a cuss in his records. I do. So fuck him and fuck
Well-
you. Too.
Well, honestly, I have a different opinion on this guy.
Okay.
Will. So he has to live in the shadow of Tupac the whole time. His wife used to be fine back in the day, but
yeah.
there were always these rumors about Tupac and all these women after Tupac, and he has to live in his shadow for the rest of his life because even his wife brought him to that little table to talk about Tupac and had his own daughter write a poem about loving Tupac.
Oh.
So,
yeah.
Honestly, normally I'm not for divorce, but I think Will just needs to get a divorce. Start a whole new family. His kids are weird. His kids will never be normal. He can always produce new kids. I don't know what he needs to do, become a passport bro or something. Forget his wife. His wife is in love with the ghost of Tupac. And then I think he just needs to start the fuck over.
I think you have too much sympathy for the man.
Yeah,
Like, that's his choice.
It's the same thing with iDubbbz, right? So iDubbbz finally gets his willy wet or whatever with this crazy amnesia chick, and everything goes, my past jokes was problematic and all this type of stuff. Same thing with him.
Jesus.
Just start the whole shit over. It's not too late.
I think it's too late for Will.
Oh, it's 100% too late for Will. And
Oh,
also comparing
God,
himself
this is
to Tupac is only in his own head, right? Like, so Tupac said, like, I see no changes. I wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living or should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor nigga, worse I'm black. Like this is like a deep ass line. Will Smith said, getting jiggy with it. Or I'm going to Miami, Wild Wild West. Most of his songs he jacked from Stevie Wonder. No, don't get me wrong, club success for sure. He's not as prolific as Tupac would have ever been. No one gives a shit about him in the rap scene as much as people do Tupac. There's people walking around nowadays wearing like Tupac t-shirts, and like the man was an actual poet. The thing is he married a woman who was actually in love with Tupac Shakur, and like he has to deal with the aftermath of that. So like that whole thing where he walked up and slapped Chris Rock was him trying to like establish dominance where there's no dominance to be taken. That would be like if I had like a beef with like Kurt Cobain. Like there's nothing that I could do short of like blowing my head off. Where we're like, see, we're the same. I did it. Like it's not. You're not gonna get the same amount of respect.
Look at this man. Look at this man.
Who the hell jumps like that?
Who can take the sunrise?
That's not a heterosexual body posture.
Sprinkle it with.
He's literally like he's doing the Scooby-Doo sneaky walk.
But all this song does is speak. I'm trying to show my masculinity again, but I mean,
he's all on you and your bestie.
But he's fell into that part. He still listened to his mom, which, if you don't know, she found his rhyme book and saw all the cuss words and ripped it up and said, "You're not allowed to cuss in your music." So that's why he went the way he did.
Oh,
but
man.
Even
also,
that,
where are the pretty girls?
Oh, that white girl's looking good to me. But other than that.
What's kind of funny is a lot of these women are probably pretty. They've just made them not.
Yeah, by the way, sponsor this half hour. For this half hour of the show, white girls. Sponsored.
But
all right, go ahead.
The problem is, like, I think he just needs to, I don't know, lock his family in the garage and turn on the car or something. And just start over.
Look how macho those women are behaving compared to him.
Yeah, they make him They make him very small. They're very large. He's in the background. Like, yeah, look at this. This is all symbolism.
Like his wife must have fucking choreographed this shit. Like,
Yeah, no. Imagine Tupac doing this. This would be insane. He'd be like, "No, I'm gonna be the biggest motherfucker in the video."
Now I just noticed the next frame. What is that they're holding? That's like something 3 inches or so wide or long. You trying to say something there, Will? About your little Will?
Boy.
Well, they just did the eye thing again. That's
and this is Will's. This is the sexual partner Will actually wants, which is a man who looks just like him.
What's funny?
Actually, a gay narcissist.
Have you guys seen the theories around the shirt that he's wearing on the right, the Marilyn Monroe, that painting that's like super famous? I can't remember the dude's name.
For sure. Yeah.
Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
Do you know the conspiracy theory that that's actually Marilyn Monroe who did that? Andy Warhol.
No, I have not heard
that. I've heard that they said
that she didn't die and she assumed the male form.
Oh.
Yeah,
no
that's a whole
way.
theory.
I hadn't heard that.
So seeing him wear that is kind of funny to me in this video.
I'm just saying, he has enough money to flee the country. Just light up a car or something, or order a hit on his whole family, and then you didn't hear that here, and then just
Minecraft.
What's he gonna do? Flee the world, though?
He should kill his whole family in Minecraft.
He's a black man. He could just leave them and never talk to them again.
So that's valid.
Okay, but if he killed them, he'd be doing the
He was
world
on
a
Epstein's
favor in
Island
Minecraft.
like 12
That's
times.
true too.
Like he can go to the Philippines or something. Like there's something he could do. Like he just needs to start over. It's like there's no saving his relationship with his wife. Just start over.
And his kids are grown. Just fucking book it.
Like, what is that outfit? I hate everything about this shit. Modern.
Oh my god!
Why is he dressing like
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, lemon.
Do you remember when he was like the cool guy on Fresh Prince, and it was like, wow, this guy's so cool. And
I do.
Well, look at Carlton. He got himself
Carlton
a white
was always
woman.
the cool one.
He married a white woman. They've been together forever. No problems, no issues. And Will,
you watched for
woman.
Will. You stayed for Carlton.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just saying, he just needs to do something to his family and start over. And I don't think. I think even if there was total evidence that he offed them or whatever, we'll all be cheering for him to have a better life.
Yeah, and
I agree.
The actor who
Like,
plays
you
Carlton
watch his
stood up
children.
to people
When you look
defending
at his children. You see, like when his kid was dressed up like a haunted house the other day, where he had
yes, the
know-
Met Gala or whatever bullshit.
We know how his
the Met
kids
Gala
dress.
is retarded in its own way.
Yes.
But they had the audacity to say we're not famous because our dad's famous, and I was like, dude, no, shut the fuck up. Like
the symbolism of him dressing up with his head in a house. Anybody?
I don't know. I'm just gonna keep iterating on this point. His kids don't even care about him. Just start over. Go out for the milk and cigarettes. This should be encouraged for him to leave. This is the one time people would cheer you taking full responsibility of a black man and leaving those kids alone.
Before
I want to know the symbolism to the house.
Yeah.
Do you know what a house nigga is?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh shit.
And Theo was banned on
I didn't want to say it.
That's okay. God damn it! I'm never working in this town again. This is my. It's every time you come on. Every time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not wrong,
I had
though.
to ask, didn't I?
God damn it!
You've got two different people here. You got one person who can say the N-word, and two other people who are actually doing it.
We're still on Rumble. It's fine. Oh fuck!
Hey, all shows are up still. Shockingly enough.
Yeah.
So before their family went crazy and the kids are all psychotic, I thought it was cringe but somewhat clever that they named the daughter after Will and the son after Jada.
Oh, Willow and Jaden. Yes.
Yeah. Now that we fast forward to modern times, I see that in a whole different light and I hate it. It was cringe, but clever originally to me. And then now I hate it even more because of how nuts they are. Like Jaden, doesn't he think he's a chick now?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Just start the whole family over. You can get you a new family.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. He doesn't have to kill them. Just wait a few years, then they'll join the 41%.
Based. Shout out to the 41%.
No,
we love you guys too.
Maybe that movie Get Out had a point. Will just get out now.
Yeah, I never saw that.
What the fuck?
I never saw it either.
I actually, honestly, like, okay, I kind of like this scenario you're creating, Vagabond, where there's just like a car blows up. It's like, oh, Will Smith tragically died. And then like 6 months later, he's just like on the beaches of the Philippines somewhere with some like hot Filipino chick who's preggers. And he's just got a new family of people who actually appreciate him. And he's just like tending bar on a beach somewhere. Like that would be
re-hook up with Tupac, where Tupac's hiding right now.
Yeah. Honestly, Tupac probably got killed to get away from Jada too.
That's the theory as well. Like he didn't see any other way out.
Yeah, it's the Courtney Love theory as well. We're just like, I just can't deal with this bitch anymore.
God.
I hope everybody thinks I'm dead.
By the way, Emerald, can we check in with the Rumble chat? I haven't done that yet today. I want to make sure we get
Cliff's
that
there. Gallup.
Oh yes, we do.
Oh yes. What's up, Rumble chat? We love you guys. Shout out to the Rumble chat.
Thanks for the
some guy
snacks,
named
Cliff.
Arza and some green.
Oh, it's
hair
just
person.
you people. Never mind. I don't give a fuck about this.
Cliff
You people and
migrated
Cliff.
from,
Great. Awesome.
Twitch over to Rumble.
Awesome. The
He
one
was in the
place
Twitch
we're
chat,
still
but now he's in the Rumble chat.
broadcasting because Gal can't stop being racist and no one's watching us.
I don't know what
Awesome.
you're talking about.
I'm just gonna
You
say
keep
it
his
now.
pull up.
No, one's gonna miss Jada, your daughter, and your son. Just start over.
You heard it here
and
first.
stop trying to
Sponsor this
compete
half
with
hour,
Tupac.
abandoning your family. If it's not going well, just abandon your family. Touch grass approved.
Well, I mean,
That's what I
so
would
the
do.
kids
in
are
his
grown,
position.
so it doesn't
I'm sorry.
matter.
They still live in his giant mansion. Like he just go out for milk and cookies and never come back.
Well, they nailed that on South Park, where it was like, do another movie, Dad.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and they're all talking proper English. Daddy. All we have to do is just say, Daddy, we want to ride horses, and then all these things. And if he doesn't want to do a movie because it's and that stuff, we just simply say, but Daddy, it's $5 million. You need to do it, Daddy.
Yeah. All right. Emerald, can you pull up that the next video that I labeled for you? This is gonna be a fun one. So
Well, fun for who?
You sent him like 16 million of them. You gotta be more specific.
yeah, this is another one. This is kind of in the same vein as the.
Do we want to be in that same vein?
You know what?
Yes. Well, these particular veins are just filled with butter. Go ahead and pull them up.
I
Pull
might
this one
write
up.
up my own movie about a millionaire guy that.
Good lord!
See, Gal, this is a friend of yours. She has dyed hair
Her
like you.
veins
So.
are filled with margarine. Butter is healthy. Don't let big fucking food deceive you.
Based. Sponsor this half hour. Butter.
Oh my god! Do you
Eat
see
salted
the
butter.
fake freckles? Or is that dirt on my screen? No, those are fake freckles.
Nope. Okay.
My
go ahead.
MAGA sister is in town and with her 4 boys. And yesterday we went to the Museum of Nature and Science. And as we're walking around, like through the exhibits, I'm asking her boys, like, oh, which of these animals would you guys be if you could be one? And like every single time, without fail, the oldest one, who's 8 years old, only 8, goes, I'd be that one because he's the biggest and the strongest. And then his younger brothers are like, oh, I'd be that one too. And it made me so sad because they're missing this like crucial element of like curiosity and playfulness and creativity, and like they're not looking like, oh, which one do I like the most? Which one is like the coolest looking? Which one's the most unique? Like, they're just looking like that one's the biggest and that one's the strongest. I want to be him.
Cool or unique.
And that's so sad because also they're being taught like you have to be the biggest and the strongest. That's the best.
Yes, you do.
And
that's how nature works.
Also,
asshole.
it's sad because obviously, so clearly, these are learned traits. Like these are learned pathways, right?
No,
that MAGA has. Like
Can
being
we
the
pause
biggest,
real quick?
being the strongest. Like white people are the.
Sorry, what you trying to say, Vagabond?
I hate
So-
this cow.
she's okay. If she was able to procreate, she's the type of person that would force her beliefs onto her kids.
Mm-hmm.
My 2-year-old wanted to be a girl at 2 years old. She's one of those type of people where one of my niece's moms was like that, where she would force her will onto the kids, and the kids will, even if they wanted to do something different, they were doing whatever was to the mom's wants and needs and go along with it.
Yeah. Well, this is actually a really good example. The reason I pulled this out, this is a really good example of leftists having beliefs that are disconnected from reality. So she believes in a blank slate. She thinks that this behavior is encoded, and she doesn't have a good theory of mind for men at all, because she thinks men and women are cognitively identical. And despite screeching about empathy from the rooftops probably every chance she gets, she doesn't actually have any empathy for men. She doesn't understand that there's the desire to be the biggest and the strongest is encoded into the way that men natively approach the world. And there's good reasons why that is. But she thinks that because all people are blank slates, men and women are cognitively identical, gender is a social construct, that all of this behavior can just be programmed out. And remember, she's assigning it to MAGA. MAGA is a very recent phenomenon. Okay, this existed for a fraction of a second in evolutionary time, whereas the desire to be the biggest and the strongest is older than our species. She has no sense of history. She believes that we live in a post-history society where human nature no longer matters, and you can just program everybody to be nice. She does you cannot take that belief system and apply it in reality and get good results. And that's why she has to stress eat all the time, because she's constantly emotionally dysregulated. That's why she's on SSRIs, right? Because her beliefs do not fit reality.
But there's also another issue with this.
I'm saying we're constantly looking for a boogeyman.
Right. Well, let's let Ira jump in real quick, and then we'll let Arza jump in, and then we'll get back to the cow. Go ahead.
Okay, all I was going to say, so this woman would have her fucking mind and this whole reality she's setting herself just involving the animals. Let's talk about the animals for a minute, because if she looks at some of those, well, what about the little pretty cute ones? Okay, let's go look at some of the little pretty cute ones. What do you think they in their species do when they give birth to a litter and there's a few little small weak ones? They fucking eat them and feed them to the bigger, stronger little cute ones.
Well, they eat them. As someone who's experienced this with cats and dogs,
Abandon them.
They
birds.
They eat like, if some people don't know, it's sometimes they're kittens that are the weaker ones. Mm-hmm. The mama cat will eat the weakest one completely and just leave the head. Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen. Dogs do the same thing. Where like you come in, you hear some munching on, and you're looking, and the dog's eating one of the puppies or whatever. It happens. It's part of nature. But at the same time, I think she would, for instance, if it was between a choice between, if she did theoretically had a son and the son was picking a lion, she was like, why don't you pick the butterfly for mama or whatever? She would be one of those people and guide the kid to pick what she would choose.
Yep, and she's gonna raise that boy to be food for everything else.
But I do want to point out that what she used as the ideal trait, she argued that the boys weren't picking the coolest one. Problem is, she doesn't know what boys think is the coolest one. She's complaining that they're choosing the biggest and the strongest. Why are they choosing the coolest or most interesting? Well, to a little boy, the biggest, strongest, most scary monster is the coolest monster.
Which is
ask any 5-year-old what their favorite dinosaur is. It's always the T-Rex.
Like, give me a freaking break. This stupid cow doesn't know anything. I freaking hate bitches like this.
And then they're the biggest ones talking about choice and shit, and they won't even let their kids have a choice.
Well, they're the party of hypocrisy. They want everybody to have a choice, which means that you're supposed to choose what they tell you to choose. That's what the choice is. Choose this or else. That's your choice.
Right.
It's kind of relates to the video I did earlier today, which is about Stellar Blade and how people are complaining about the sexy costumes because there are mods for it now because it just came out on Steam. What these people, they like choice so long as it is the right set of choices. something we talk about a lot is like safe horny. So she wants the kids to choose the safe cool animal, not the unsafe cool animal, because it's the unapproved cool choice. They want you to choose within the paradigm that they establish as being an acceptable paradigm, and if you choose outside of that paradigm, you are now threatening the paradigm.
I guarantee you, she's the one that would pick the bear over a man.
And the bear would probably pass. Like not.
Well, problem for her, she'd go for the man that is a bear, and then get disappointed when he's not into her tits.
The bear every time.
He would just sense how unhealthy that body is.
Well, let's wrap up the video. See if she says anything else.
Probably not.
Let's see.
The best men are the best. Like, they're learned things. Like, these little boys copying their older brother, and the older brother learned it from the dad. Like, and my sister. She's
Stop.
the worst. But
Stop
like,
right now.
it's just so.
Pause it.
sad.
What do we got, Sam?
Stop right now. These learned things are called tradition. You fucking mutant. Okay, where you see men trying to act like other men, that's because that's what's worked throughout all of history. Like, I can't imagine, unless it's someone who has their bangs cut this way or their hair dyed a certain way, where this is a bad thing. No, it really is. You can't say that men behaving manly is a bad thing. Oh, like, I don't like it when they throw their lure into the lake and they catch fish.
She completely disproves her own fucking point that she's trying to make here, that men are like this because they learn it from the men, with a throwaway fucking comment that she rolls her eyes at. Like, you're literally talking about this as if men are the problem here. That's her overall point. And then she just, oh yeah, and my sister. But, you know, that doesn't count because it goes against my fucking point.
Right.
I also want to point out that she blames the older brother and the little brother's following along. Now, she wouldn't know this because she's a woman and a cow, but I had an older brother, and as the younger brother, I idolized my older brother. Everything that he liked, I liked because my older brother was a god to me, and that is the paradigm of a younger brother, older brother relationship. It's a growing point to become your own person from your older brother, but at such a young age, that older brother is so foundational to everything that happens. And also, I wonder where this lady got the idea to sprinkle fake freckles all over her face, to use those.
It's driving you crazy, isn't it?
Well, no, because it exemplifies everything she's saying. She's attacking these boys for following in line with her older brother, but she's got the fake freckles, which is a common thing leftists do. She's got the nose ring. She's got the thick rimmed cougar print glasses. She's got the blue hair and the bangs. She's copying other women.
Well, I think it's a Snapchat filter where she I don't think she's even wearing those glasses. It's like a Snapchat filter.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck her with a stolen dick.
No, because you've noticed the glasses are responding to the light in the environment. Those are real glasses.
Evelyn made music making a good point. Would need to talk to her dad. Would probably reveal a lot about her worldview. What
She
dad?
doesn't know her dad.
No,
Yeah.
she's definitely no. Because her sister's a base MAGA woman.
And on top of that, I guarantee you, she has no kids.
Yeah.
She rejected her dad after she went, and her rest of her family when she went to college.
Yep.
And
Yes.
that became her replacement to family, religion, everything was the leftist ideals, and that's her religion now. That's her family.
I just find it hilarious that Arzo's talking about like the big brother, little brother relationship, and I'm such a fucking tomboy because like everything he said, I'm not going to say it because my brother can hear me right now, and he doesn't need to get a big head over this type of shit. But yeah, that's my life, and that's why I'm a tomboy, and it's fucking hilarious to me. That's why I'm here.
Me, I don't know. It like broke my heart a little bit. I was like, you guys don't have to be the biggest and the strongest. You can be the one that you really like being.
Nope.
Which is the biggest and the strongest.
Just
again. No, well, and this is okay. So I was talking to my communist friend about this recently, and this reminds me of a conversation I had with her, and she was like, basically she was asking me what I thought about the fact that like men are falling behind in society because they're not allowed to use violence to dominate anymore. And I was like, I hate the way you framed that, but I'll keep talking to you because you're my friend. And she was like, well, men have been in charge for thousands of years and now women are in charge. And I don't understand why men can't just learn emotional intelligence and just learn to adopt feminine norms. And I'm like, because we don't fucking want to. And it's like unpalatable and uncomfortable for us. We hate living that way. Because when you adopt feminine norms, aggression doesn't go away. It becomes passive. And that's unpalatable for most men. The only men who thrive in that environment are the men you hate the most. Like Weasley men thrive in that environment. Real men prefer to have aggression out in the open. Like you're not getting rid of aggression. You're just making it, passive. And she's like, but why not? But why? Like that's her only argument is that's not fair. Why not? And I was like, eventually we're just gonna get violent and like stop listening to you. Like it's a matter of time,
Does she not feel that the world is falling apart right now?
No. Well, she does, but it's because we don't have enough feminism and enough communism. That's the trick. It's like the world is falling apart, but it's because we haven't done enough of her thing, not because we've done too much. So they always. That's it's an infinite argument. It's like, so everything in leftism is circular. So if feminism is made women really unhappy since the 70s, and that's documented everywhere, right? But it's because it's not because of too much feminism, it's because we don't have enough. So she's always got that, like it's infinitely recursive in that way. So I realize as I'm talking to her, she doesn't, like when I say HR culture is unpalatable for men, she's like, but why not? She doesn't understand that men think about the world differently. Like when this woman says, you can pick the animal you think is the coolest, my answer is, he did. It's just different than what you think. And because she actually doesn't have, we talked about this on the show last week, because she doesn't have theory of mind for people who aren't her, she doesn't understand that little boys might have different desires than her, an adult, childless, genetic dead end. Like she doesn't understand.
Well, and she's clearly never spent time around children.
No.
In a non-political setting, if you just look at a group of 5-year-olds, boys and girls, put the animals in front of them, the girls are going to pick the pretty ones. The boys are going to pick the big, strong, scary ones. That's just natural.
And there are outliers, of course, but like this is another place where leftists get fucked up is they're obsessed with outliers. Like a lot of my conversations with leftists are like, nuh-uh, not all. I know a girl who's 5'10", and it's like you can't. It's like, okay, but when I say all, I speak to crowds, so outliers are irrelevant to me. I'm talking about the middle 70% of the bell curve. I need to be able to say something to a room full of people and they go, that's true. Right?
Outliers
and you can't
are pretty
do that.
much irrelevant in anything.
Yes. But if you're a leftist, then you say outliers exist. Therefore, the category is imperfect. Therefore, the category is a social construct and we should get rid of it. And we can just make up whatever we want because categories are meaningless. And if you do that, then you throw society into chaos. But again, they don't understand that because they think real communism hasn't been tried. And if they were in charge instead of that moron Joseph Stalin, everything would have gone great in the Soviet Union. They really believe that. Like that's
I
really.
think I figured out what's wrong here. What her real problem is. Do you notice the disdain she has in her voice for her MAGA sister? She didn't say it, but I guarantee you that sister is her older sister, 100%. And her problem with this paradigm is that she looked up to her older sister and then felt betrayed when the older sister and her began to deviate from each other. That's really what happened. She herself was hurt by this older sibling paradigm, and now she's upset that she sees other people falling into a healthy version of this older sibling paradigm.
And the older sister isn't making TikTok videos trashing her younger sister for being a annoying, obnoxious liberal. No, she's inviting her to outings with her family. Yes. And trying to make the best of a difficult situation.
Yes, it's okay. Like
because she still values family.
Yes, and this is something I've noticed as I'm kind of getting to know a lot of different kinds of people. A consistent pattern that I've noticed is that leftists who have cut off their family are like, this is something you'll hear in Portland, is like, I'm not talking to grandpa until he goes to therapy, right? And it's like, all right. And then you talk to conservative people and they're like, yep, it really sucks. My sister's like wrapped around the axle with this fucking woke shit. And I would love it if she would come back. I would love to get along with her. We could just not talk about politics. I'd be happy to have a relationship with her.
Yep.
She's not open to that for whatever reason.
And it always end with, we love her though.
Yeah. So you got the conservative people who in general are like, we'll put up with you even if we don't agree on stuff. We'll still hang out with you. We'll still have family. And then the leftists who are like, I need 100% conformity with my beliefs or I'm not even going to tolerate your presence. And then they get this found family, which is a bunch of fucking reject, like amorphous, asexual, smelly.
It's all very abusive personalities getting together to mutually abuse.
Political science and psychology and art majors.
Yeah, and then they form these fucking polycules.
Sorry,
They form these fucking polycules so they can afford rent in Portland. Then they start fucking each other, and the smell in these places is excruciating. Like I could spot a polyamorous person from a mile away, but you can smell them from 2 miles away. But they're not good people. They're hard to be around, and they're so easy to upset. Like my communist friend like didn't talk to me for like 6 months. She sat me down and she was like, Theo, you have some serious misogynistic beliefs about relationships. And I was like, yes. That was crazy. She doesn't know the half of it. I censor myself so much when I talk to her. She doesn't know half the things I really think. But for like 6 months, she was like, you said that you believe that men should be masculine and women should be feminine in the context of a relationship. And that's really problematic. And I just wanted to give you a chance to address that. And I was like, I do think that. That was it. And I was like, I don't know what you want me to. She kept saying things that I think, and like they were accusations, and then like expecting me to, respond and be like sorry or contrite,
a defensive way, or
at least. Or like apologize, like, oh, I'm sorry. God, you're just, you did like, it was like, it was like she was accusing me of like, fucking chickens or something. And it was like, oh, you caught me. I did fuck chickens. That was bad. I shouldn't have done that. I won't fuck
Arza, you know what to do.
Please don't clip that. Please don't clip that. But that's,
that's your new short.
All I heard was blah, 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 fucking chickens.
God damn it.
Speaking, but in all seriousness, we see this so many times. You'll see the right, and it's family. It's trying to keep that relationships going and stuff. Even in struggles, they're still trying to keep that. And then on the left, we saw this with the last Thanksgiving. The whole point that the left was telling their leftist acolytes, their cult members, essentially, to excommunicate your family. Get rid of them. You don't need them. Don't even go to Thanksgiving. And this was coming from even high up in the left, where you have the rest of them. That's like, you want to know what the family that doesn't have this incredibly weird worldview still wants to keep that family together and will tolerate so much and will sit there and roll their eyes, but make the best of the situation to keep the family together, because it's an understanding that a family unit is what makes society. And losing that family unit and family unit and that societal part that keeps it moving, it falls apart.
And I heard a few of you guys said it's conservative. It's really anything center. Just it gets stronger. Family values have always gotten stronger with more conservative, but it's really even just normal, kind of apolitical, just not that far left, just more center.
Yeah,
that are still like that, and still the ones. Well, we'll just grin and bear it, and hopefully they won't. We have to watch what we say around Stephanie, because we don't want Stephanie to get upset and leave or make TikTok videos about us.
Well, I saw this new idea that
Stephanie's name used to be Ryan, by the way.
Yeah, that's where I was going. It's like, Stephanie used to be Samuel. So
it's funny you say Stephanie, because Stephanie's the person who ruined Mortal Kombat by being a transvestite piece of shit. So it's great.
Oh,
but I saw this new political paradigm that somebody offered called the fish hook theory, which basically says the left is over the way out here. the center is here, and then the hook far right is right here, just slightly above the center, but they're kind of in line, and it goes all the way out in the back here to the center for the far right. And it's supposed to be some pro-leftist ideology, but it's kind of not. When in reality, the left is the really far fringe. The gap from the right to the far right, it's just degree. It's not that different. What the right, with the center and the far right believe, a lot of it is very based in stability. And the thing I noticed is the difference in how these people form politics. The leftist mind frame is emotion-based political belief. They base everything on what's moral is what is emotionally feeling good. Whereas conservatives, it's much more of a cohesion politics. What keeps people cohesive, what keeps people flowing and keeps people from butting heads too much, that's what's good.
Yeah, compromise is more of a center-right theory rather than
if one person is sad to the leftist, that's a bad thing. If one person is sad to the conservative, well, everybody else is happy, and that's a good thing.
This is important. I add one little caveat to what Arza said, because he's right, but it's important because it's not just it's your moment to moment emotional security is what they value. It's not, whereas the conservatives are like, hey, this is, if you do this, your life is going to be good over the course of the long term. But moment to moment emotional upset is what the leftists are trying to avoid at all costs. So like in long term, it might be good to tell somebody they have a weight problem, but in the moment it's going to upset them. So what do we get? We get body positivity. Over the course of a long term, a monogamous relationship is going to serve you better, but moment to moment, you might get horny for other people. So what do the leftists give us? Polyamory. You know what I'm saying? Like every single leftist idea is about centering like the how I feel emotionally right now. Just like even like how they approach nutrition. Like my communist friend was telling me intentional weight loss is impossible. I lost 70 pounds. Like I did it. It's not hard. It's hard to override human nature. And it's hard to fix your behavior, but the actual process of eating better food is not rocket science. It's very doable, you know, but you have to be able to say no to yourself. And it may feel icky right now to say no to a Snickers bar, but it'll feel better in 6 months when you can, you know, see your dick again. You know what I'm saying? So like you have to, you know, you got to make choices for what's good for the long term. And conservatives, I think the cool thing about conservative values is you could be a total moron and follow conservative values and get good life outcomes. You don't even have to interrogate why they're good. You know, these solve problems that are, you know, that are traditional. These are traditional problems that we don't have the problems anymore because we have the traditions. But the leftists are midwits, and they're like, why do we have shout out to Ultimate Kahuna, friend of the channel? What's up? What's up, bro? I would you're not fat. You are squishy, and we love you.
Well,
and yeah, but like, okay, so the cool thing about conservative values, they fix problems, and then we forget that the problems were ever there. And then the midwits, people who are not sophisticated, will be like, hey, why do we have these traditions? These traditions get in the way of me doing whatever I selfishly want to do. Let's get rid of it. And then they start doing whatever they want, and then those problems come back. And they're like, you see this on fucking the polyamory subreddit all the time. I'm sorry I'm so hung up on this, but this is just a fun one. You go on there, and they're like, oh my God, when my girlfriend fucks other people, I feel jealous. What's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Make better choices.
I saw this post about how somebody was thought down the polyamory YouTube pipeline, and like 70% of the videos is telling you how to silence that little voice in your head telling you that what you're doing is completely fucking wrong.
Cope. Wow.
Yeah, no, most polyamory stuff is just coping that you're not a bad person for being such a bad person.
So I went to a work happy hour last night, and my coworker, her brother, I learned is polyamorous, and she hates it. And it's not for any like conservative reasons. She has issues with her brother because he's kind of a loser. But she was talking with him at one point and brought up the fact that he's a polygamist. And he got so affronted by that. And I'm like, but that's That's what that is. Just because they're not married, like, is that your issue here? Because like you don't have multiple, that's your choice. Because polyamory, you can have as many as you want, which is polygamy. Like, what are we talking about here? So I find it funny that this even came up on here because I just had this conversation with her. And we were also talking about a coworker that got fired last year who is also polyamorous, except he only has the home base, which is basically he's a cuck because his wife, whom they proposed to each other. Okay. They proposed to each other. It was this whole stupid thing. But she has multiple others. And he's her home base, and he can't find anyone. So he takes care of not his kid while she's out fucking other dudes.
No. Oh, good Lord.
No.
And helping her fight the court battle to like keep custody of the kid.
Oh no!
The cuckolding is real. Some men need this. What we watched earlier about that woman talking to her kids, that's how you get these kind of cuckolds because they're no longer worth being a man. So the man like gets to stay at home and watch while the baby C goes to town on their little lovely lady.
Yeah, dude, this shit is real. I used to talk to this girl. This is a long time ago. I used to talk to this girl. Sure. Her fiance would drop her off at my house. It was bad. She was like she would. Yeah. Oh man,
you're frozen, dude.
Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. Let me turn off my camera.
Like more embarrassing for you.
I don't. Oh, good. Hey guys, good. It looks like my camera's just dead. Yeah. Awesome. Very cool. All right.
And the stream has improved.
All right.
I don't know. We can still hear him.
Yeah, thanks, Gal. Always a pleasure having you here.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Send me the link.
What? Sorry. What are you saying, Emerald?
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Is it plugged in?
Shout out to the IT crowd.
All right. Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm just
going to over here. Polyamory, because there's been and how utterly similar all of them are. Because there's been a trend going on around on Instagram for a little while about this guy who says that all polyamory people look the same. And then it's a bunch of polyamorous people who think they're really hot trying to disprove him. And every single one looks the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's so fucking bad.
If I leave, that's not going to end the stream,
if you put a bunch of ugly people together, they would all just start fucking.
I don't think it will because I'm here.
Okay.
But we'll find out.
Also, you did.
Oh well, there we go. The stream has ended, and no, we're still going.
I'm like, I still show live.
You left the stream yesterday while keeping the stream running.
So now we're just going to go silent. So
what? Anyway, I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that was you. I thought Emerald did that last night.
That was me. That was me.
Yeah.
But yes, polyamory stupid and gay and just an excuse for women to cheat so men can be cucks.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it's another way of putting down the patriarchy in their eyes too. Because again, now it's the matriarchy that's ruling over the patriarchy in the situation. Because in most of polyamory relationships, who overall is the beneficiary of that type of relationship? It's not the guys.
It's the women. Absolutely. And generally the ones that are the men that are in polyamorous relationships are male feminists. So it also makes them more angry and more prone to assault. Yeah. Just saying. Specifically for that dude that got fired last year. He is a self-proclaimed male feminist. And I'm like, yeah, I could just see that. I know who you are as a person, just as a coworker too. So, yep, you're a male feminist. I could see it.
Do you guys want me to pull up that all polyamorous people look the same thing?
Sure.
Yeah. While we're waiting for Theo to come back, yeah.
If he does, I'm hoping I'm not.
Oh God.
This always look like that. I'm being very non-specific here. No, because what do you mean by that?
The delusion. Oh my God.
I'm gonna silence that.
The fuck is that?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Good Lord.
Oh no! Look at them all.
You know, if I were any good at acting, I could totally go covert to the other side.
You could
just
very
get
easily
all-
pull Hollywood.
Hey, Gal can be chick on the street. Blending in.
Like I could fucking James O'Keefe shit, but I am not an actress. And I would not be able to keep my disdain. God damn it. It's so frustrating. I see them and it just
I've seen a lot more than you can smell that video.
Yes. Oh God. It's awful.
I use all natural aloe vera based deodorant.
Which
Listen,
basically means
leaf
none.
tallow and all natural things are not a bad thing.
They smell like kale chips, probably.
Why do I keep smelling all this patchouli? It's really starting to turn my stomach.
Or those dehydrated shrimp chips is what I know.
Oh man.
Oh God,
Hey,
yeah,
shrimp
krill.
chips are delicious.
Yeah, don't insult krill chips because they're good, but you're right.
Yeah, but do you want to fuck them?
Not most of the time.
Oh, gross.
No, they also got squid ones too. No, you go to the Asian market and get shrimp chips. They're delicious.
I'll stick to the chicken skin chips. Thank you.
Those are good too. Most things just make really good chips.
Yeah.
I should drive to the Asian area tomorrow and get my deep fried, stir fried anchovies.
What's wrong with you? You
They're
eat balut?
delicious. Balut is delicious.
No, you fucking freak. God damn it.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Mm-mm. I'm not. Never. No, not happening.
I do want
food, I won't eat eggs because of balut. Even if the eggs look like they're cooked through, I just can't. Any Asian cuisine.
So we've had a suggestion from Kev. The host is gone. Time for the slurs.
Yeah, I heard you did that while he was here. What are you talking about?
Wow, Theo's really taking his sweet time.
Guess
he's had a good time for a bathroom break.
This is why we know he's not jerking it because it's more than 38 seconds.
Good point.
Hey, I go full 40.
So, you know those,
well played, sir.
You know those videos where those monkeys are like taking food from people's bags and shit.
So, tell us more about the
someone grabbed an orange and rubbed it on some durian fruit, then gave it to the monkey, and the monkey sniffed it and like looked at him and threw the fruit away. That was hilarious.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Monkeys.
We were talking about horrors, which is on brand, and now we're on some bullshit about monkeys. What the fuck is this?
We already went. You missed the great polyamory. They all look alike video.
Right. No, that's a good one. No, Arza, good for you.
Here, but like fatter. And
yeah,
that's what it is.
Some piercings.
No, that's
Hey, I have a piercing, but it's just cute and it glints in the sun. That's the only reason.
Yeah, you have like the red flag aesthetic, but like based beliefs. It's
I was
basically she took the red from the
it.
flag and applied it to her political party.
Yeah, no, it's fucking gross. I gotta get out of here.
I mean, the reason that my name is what it is so people are aware. Hey,
right.
I know I look like I'm
you
crazy.
are kind of a catfish. If I didn't know any better, if I just saw the picture, I would just be like,
Gal, you realize that you've been given God's gift to cure soy boys?
Oh.
I don't know if it's God's gift when I have done everything.
I don't have to leave anymore. What are we doing?
Wait, why is it Theo canceled speedrun? Why is that the comment? What did you guys talk about?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, no. I don't know what you're talking about at all. I'm
God damn it. All right. Can we bro, are you ready to queue up the Chopped Man apocalypse or the Chopped Man epidemic or whatever the fuck it is?
The last one you sent me?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll into that.
So as we're all very much aware, we are living through a chopped man epidemic, and there's a big shortage of baddies. It's gone so bad to the point that, like, if I see an attractive man, it genuinely makes my day. I was walking on the sidewalk earlier, and I saw a cute guy in his car, so I waved to him, and he smiled back at me. And obviously he drove away after that, but I was like, oh my God, a cute guy? This was at 6:50 p.m. It's 7:17, and I'm still like, oh my God. And I feel like this is going to power me through my evening. Like, wow, I actually saw an attractive man today. Like, diamond in the rough, needle in the haystack. Seriously.
Now if only I was looking at an attractive woman.
Right. And that's what the comments reflected. So then actually, Homath did a breakdown. I kind of want to do our analysis, though. I don't want to rely too much on Homath's analysis. But yeah, that's what the comment said, is like the threes really out here standing up for fours kind of deal.
She's not really doing herself any favors. Like, it's hilarious that I say this because I don't wear makeup. Like, I do very small things, but like she's somewhat mid. Okay. If she would just maybe put on some mascara and a little bit, she could be making comments like that. I guess, I don't know. It's hard for me to analyze because I'm going to be seen as a bitch.
The problem for her is it's clear that she does a lot. She does wear makeup and she does a lot of facial care, and it's given her a lot of acne. You can tell that acne is caused by her face care. And if she just stopped doing that and didn't have that acne, she'd go up like 2 points in attractiveness. But this is
so I find it hilarious that you say that because I have my own issues with acne and I don't wear makeup. So,
well, this is the point here. Is she's okay? So one of the problems that's going on is you have women who are like totally mid who are constantly reinforced to believe that they are tens. So I guarantee you this woman's Instagram is just absolutely full of guys making hard eyes. I saw a random woman on Instagram and I clicked on one of her pictures and I scrolled through thousands of comments from thirsty men from literally all over the world, like leaving the woman hard eyes and calling her beautiful and begging her to do whatever. Like even old guys just like shoot their shot because why not? Right. And that's the ecosystem that women exist in right now. So because of that, you have a lot of women who have wildly overestimate their own attractiveness. And this is constantly reinforced by their friends who are telling them, don't settle, hold out for that perfect guy. And here's the other thing, too. So guys who are really attractive and do really well on dating apps can bang basically unlimited mids. And it's really hard to say no when you have access to unlimited mids. It's really hard because they make it so easy and it's so uncomplicated and they have just no standards and you can literally just do whatever you want to them. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to acknowledge them ever. And they'll just, if you jump, they say how high. And that's really hard to say no to. You should, obviously. It's bad to do. You shouldn't do it. I don't recommend doing it. But it's really hard to say no. The problem is, we talked about this last week on the show. That girl, when she fucks the really hot guy, she thinks, oh my God, I almost got married to that guy. We have a special connection because she doesn't have a theory of mind for him. She doesn't know, because men get post-nut clarity and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Women get post-nut retardation where they're like, oh my God, this guy's perfect and I'm going to glom on him and I'm going to marry this guy. But he sees her as like the gas station bathroom on the way from work, where it's like nice to know it's there if I have to do something dirty, but I don't want to visit it every day, and I'm certainly not gonna bring my mother to that gas station bathroom. It's gross. There we go. Yes, and it's just constant attention. Actually, for more on this, we're just gonna do Homath's breakdown because he actually makes this point better than I do. Shout out to Homath, friend of the channel. Emerald,
he just doesn't know it.
Yeah, friend of the channel, he just doesn't know it. Let me actually
the Homath. Got it.
Yeah, pull up that one. And this is the problem is essentially that I've said this before, that women function like a labor union, and the purpose is to keep the value of pussy high. And this is okay. Go ahead.
Is this an
thing about the war going on against the chopped man epidemic girl is that she's actually quite beautiful.
I am going to have to do a longer video on this one. This is the chopped man epidemic girl. Beautiful. Here's another video about it.
Basically, in this video, she is saying that we're going through a chopped man epidemic, and she saw an attractive guy and honestly made her day because that's how rare it is for her to see an attractive man on public.
And of course, the comments on the chopped man girl video are, you the wrong messenger, always the 4s. And the comments on this video are the same one. Is a 3 trying to save a 4, so it's still always the 4s they're now talking about her. If you do not understand this diagram yet, you're not going to get a better example. All of the women that you can find complaining about the chopped men are in this range. And they don't like the men in their own range. They call them chopped, which means ugly. And they go after these men who will use them for a short time and not commit. And then these women cannot get these men to commit. That's how society breaks down. These women get their hearts broken over and over by trying for men who will never actually like them. These women can't prevent these men from cheating with them because it's just extra women. And then these men get nothing at all and everyone's miserable. That's how society dies. And it is all because of women like this telling women like this that they are beauty queens who deserve the best. And that's all explained by this diagram. Who is a 10 status games? This everyone is beautiful thing that they do. It is a strategy. The ones on the bottom say you're a 10 to the ones in the middle who say you're a 10 to the ones on the bottom. And even the ones who are actually 10s have to say everyone is beautiful because women don't come out in the open and have direct competition. They play nice for self-protective purposes.
And talk shit behind each other's back.
Negotiating to take a shot at the top men. That's all it is. So this girl does not actually believe that this girl is conventionally beautiful. She's just saying it so that she can also be conventionally beautiful in order to justify rejecting the men on her level and shooting higher. And then nobody gets married and has kids. There's 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It's 30 years later. So we're all going to die now because the mids get to be mouthy. This is the face of death of civilization.
Yes, this is... And then to make this point, actually, Emerald, I just said there's another video in the chat. It's basically the result of the downstream result of this is that women have no concept of what their male looks equivalent is, and they find their male looks equivalent gross. This is such a great example. I fucking love this video. Okay, go ahead and play this. This is a similar kind of.
If I was a man, every woman would want me because I would just love and cherish them and tell them how beautiful and precious they were.
I've seen this guy doing exactly that at every bar I've ever worked at.
Spoil them, worship them, and make sure that every day that they knew that they were the most magical and beautiful creature in the world. Yeah, if I was a man, I would do that.
No, you wouldn't, because you'd be in prison.
So beautiful.
Nobody would want you to do those things, so they'd be against the law.
It's weird that you men can't keep these women around.
Yeah, real weird.
Oh shit! And this is what I'm saying is like that guy. This is the guy who's in your inbox, gal. I'm sure you've met him. Who's like, please, you are so beautiful. Send me boobs and vagine. I give you
no, not boobs.
Bobs.
Let me see your bobs.
I will give you a bunch of goats. Please marry me. Blah blah blah. Like you've seen that guy. You've seen that guy. Here's the thing: that guy can't get. That guy's not going to get any traction by telling women how beautiful they are. I haven't complimented a woman's appearance since like 1998 because it doesn't work. Okay, I gave up on it. It doesn't work. If I can't get away with it, he sure as fuck can't. Like it
You're
just
so fucking
does not
jaded,
work.
Theo. God damn it.
It does not. It doesn't work,
You're so
gal. What do you
fucking
want me
jaded.
to say? The second they think that you have a high opinion of them, they start to not respect you. Because, and I swear, it's like the fucking Marx Brothers thing, the Groucho Marx thing of like, I don't want to join any club that would have me. I swear to God, women are like that. Like, if you're attracted to me, you must have low standards. I have to chase the guy who doesn't like me. I swear to God, that's how they think. Anyway, don't tell women they're pretty. It's a waste of time. That's the official. Shout out to sponsor this half hour, mids who know their place and do what they're told. Yeah, that's sponsors.
Yay, patriarchy.
And I agree that like men should not be pumping and dumping mids and getting their self-esteem up because it ruins society. I do not endorse that behavior.
Liar.
Then stop doing it.
Shut up. Stop, Dal. I haven't done it in a long time. It's been a long time. I don't. You know what? We're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. Let's just put the next video up here. Does anybody else want to say something? I'm just hanging out here.
This is always makes me feel so great about my marriage, and like I just can't wait for her to come home so I can tell her how beautiful she is. I'm so happy.
Always gonna be the braggart.
God.
I mean, I do disagree with Theo. I mean,
Theo's jaded, so
oh shit! When you pay women to step on you, vagabond, shut the fuck up.
You made out with the fucking Russian
I do gotta
hooker.
agree.
Yeah, but I didn't pay her.
Yeah.
You were this close.
I was not
to
gonna
like
pay.
death or pay.
I've never paid for it in my life, and I never
That's
will.
because we pulled you away.
I wasn't gonna. I don't have any money anyway.
To be fair, it was
You have a
con.
kidney. You do. You have vital organs.
Okay.
No, it was just one time I paid. The other times I was free. I just asked.
At least he's honest, eh?
God
No,
damn.
no, it was you're at a con. It was either roll D20 or pay 5 shekels. So I paid the 5 shekels.
Can you just make your point, please?
Oh, I didn't really have a point.
You said you were disagreeing with Theo.
Oh, that
Point, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can still call women pretty or cute or whatever. It just it depends on
Once you're in a
what
relationship, you can.
It depends on what area you're at. So if you're in big cities, it's a no. If you're in small towns and country areas, it's a yes.
Listen, if I'm talking to you, you're
same
pretty.
women
I
you
don't
can't.
listen. I don't waste my time with ugly bitches. So if I'm talking to you, you're pretty. Just know that, and then we can keep it pushing. Like I don't understand. Like if you was ugly, I would just pretend you weren't there. You'd just be an amorphous, asexual blob in my peripheral vision. You know?
Well, I think because like a lot of people when they complain about their experiences with women is just like, okay, well, I don't really deal with that. I hate dicks, so I'm not.
I'm really.
Oh, your mic.
I'm
mic
loud.
is-
Oh no, now it's back.
Oh well, damn.
There you go. You're good.
back.
What part did you last hear?
I think it's you
Robot.
said something about making.
Yeah.
No, so I was just saying, like, sometimes when people complain about like women and stuff, like I don't really have that experience because I don't really go to big cities anyway. I stay like smaller towns or even suburbs or whatever. So, and they're like, women don't have a problem with you opening the car door or opening the door, saying they're pretty or anything. That's the problem. You guys are all in the city areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That can definitely be a contributing factor.
Yeah,
I'll
and
agree
it
with that to
depends
an
on where it depends on which city. Hold on, what is Ultimate Kahuna saying in the chat? Theo, how could grabbing a power fly in her mid-50s who is overweight do anything for your self-esteem? Even I could pull that. Thanks, buddy. I don't know. It does matter. Like, and here's the thing: is like, gender roles are genetically coded to a degree. Like I've told the story on the show before, but I was in Salem, Oregon, and doing some comedy, and I opened a door for a they them, and she went, huh? Her whole body language shifted. She turned into a she her on the spot. And I watched it happen, and she was just like, oh. And it was just like, yeah, it happens. So yeah, I think.
Well, because okay, I go to a lot of cons, and then before the con happens, right? There's always like on Facebook, or whatever. There's a post: cosplay is not consent. And when you get to the con, it's like you never see you see them. They're in their own little corner, but everyone else is like mostly normal. And a girl wearing a cosplay where she's barely wearing anything, she wants to be touched and get pictures taken. I'm just saying. So you just go ask, hey, can you take a picture with me? Or in my case, hey, do you mind stepping on me for real quick?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. And then you take the picture and get going.
Right. She doesn't have a problem with you, but there's a certain wheezy, smelly nerds that she doesn't want to. Okay. So I work with this booker who books all through the Western United States. And she has a rule explicitly in the contracts that every performer must wear a shirt and tie. It is never enforced, but she has the right to fire anyone she works with anytime for any reason because of that. So if you're just an asshole, she'll invoke the dress code clause and fire you, right? And that's what the whole consent shit is about. If it's like a fucking good-looking black guy who's fucking, you know, I don't know. I imagine you've got like my forearm holding a softball. I don't know what it is, but that's what they're thinking too, right? So like if you come up and you're like, step on me, mommy, you know, they're gonna be into it, right? But if like some fucking wheezy fucking Magic the Gathering player who smells like a used diaper comes up to her, she can be like, cosplay's not consent, and you can get arrested.
It's that meme that's been going around for years of the girl at the office and then the hot alpha chat at the office. Like, hey, morning, beautiful. And she's like, hee hee. And then short, average, balding guy is like, morning, beautiful. HR, I need your help.
Yeah.
Well, I do play Magic the Gathering. I play blue decks. I lose graciously. That's all I say.
Oh man. No, this isn't real, but this is just like how the world works, and we have to be okay. I think the problem, bringing it back to the mids, is they've lost track of reality as like norms are broken down, and also this is, like I said, this is a widespread theory of mind problem. Like people in general are really bad at guessing what other people are thinking. I was talking to a woman one time, we were hanging out a little bit. She was like, you know, I can tell you're really intimidated by me because of how emotionally mature I am, especially with how much younger I am than you. And I was like, why would you ever in 1,000 years think that that's what I was thinking? Like, why would you think that I would ever have that thought in 1,000 years? Right. And what, you know, if I had a dime, if I
that's what she wants you to think. So if she projects it onto you,
yeah,
it's all in hopes that you won't say no to it so she can talk herself up in her own brain. That's all that fucking shit.
And if I had a dime for every time I had a fucking groupie genuinely ask me, are you intimidated by me? And then be genuinely disappointed when I was like, sweetie, no. Like, are we looking at ours as cat now?
Yes.
Is that
sorry, I didn't hear a damn thing you said. There's
all
a cute
right.
kitty on the screen.
All right. So,
kitty.
all right, let's get that out of there. We're talking about whores, and we're going to continue talking about whores. Let's see.
Yay.
There we go. Hold on. All right. Ours is
my
Matt.
cat.
All right.
Hey, my cat is a gassed up mid. What can I say?
You didn't. I think I was the only one that saw the cat coming up towards his shoulder. It was trying to like be sneaky and come up behind him.
Can
and
you
it was
stay focused, please?
No,
I didn't invite you
Kitty cat.
here to talk about how cute cats are.
Shut up.
Okay. Jesus Christ. All right.
I do it with dogs too.
All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Men should date older women because they're 2 generations behind and they still need to be raised. All right. All right. Now, so I don't know if you guys have been following the age gap dating discourse in current year, but basically, if you want to date someone that's more than 6 months younger than you, then feminists on the internet will call you a pedophile.
Yeah.
But they are now openly advocating for it. Because go ahead.
Should I be taking something so seriously when the logo for the article is rainbow colors?
Oh,
and the article's written by a she, her.
I didn't even want to get there.
Oh, well,
yet.
Oh, Lord.
The first red flag.
Yeah.
Are we able to look up how old Cindy is?
Let's do it.
I would like to know what her personal
55.
background is. Her last name like Steinberg. Yeah. I think I know exactly what kind of thing she likes to sniff.
Oh, God.
Oh,
not that kind of show.
I'm just pointing out that when you look at these kind of weird society crippling articles, you generally find a small trend in the coin clipping industry.
No, not that kind of show, Arza. We're not doing that. This is
Looks like she's not with Medium anymore.
Yeah.
Well, probably because she went to an extra large.
That's not bad. Did we find this broad? Figure out how old she is.
I don't want to click on. I can't log into LinkedIn, so when I go to medium.com, it's a 404 message, so I don't even think she's there anymore. She is old as shit. If this
should
is
be a 304 message. Hey yo.
Well, I guess that last website didn't last long.
Yeah. This is
well. She's got a 20. If this is the right Cindy, no, that's the wrong Cindy Stein. But god damn it.
No, it's a different. That's okay. That's all right, guys. We don't have to. The point is, I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that there's no consistency. It's the same people that are saying that any desire to date for men to date younger women is indicative of pedophilia, or even women who, or even men who are attracted to women who shave their body hair. I've heard that compared to pedophilia.
Or short women.
Yeah, or short women. That's another one. Sorry, gal. Short women are also pedophilia. Basically, any male sexual desire is pathologized at this point as, being some kind of. So what's crazy about that culture that pathologizes male sexual desire is the only men who care, or the only men who are gonna change how they move, are the men who actually care about women's safety. So the guys who don't care about women's safety at all are gonna keep on being predatory, and pretty soon that's the only men that are gonna be approaching women, right? And so that's kind of the situation we're in now. And so now we have that Medium article blew my mind, because it's one of these things that does not survive the gender swap test. If you were men need to start, these bitches are out of control, you need to date a couple of generations younger so you can finish raising them. Can you imagine the blowback from that article? Can you?
Well, what's bamboozling to me is the left is also throwing a tantrum over these guys who are quote unquote hag maxing, because there is the trend of 20-year-old men dating 30-year-old women, up to 35-year-old women, and people are also freaking out because it means that 20-year-old women aren't getting nearly as many dates, at least not from the desirable partner group. They're usually getting it from the crime group.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I found the website where she's on. She's written other articles. One of her articles is, "I'd rather live next door to MS-13 than mega morons."
Oh, that was her.
So
that was her.
Yeah.
That was making the
that's
rounds
the bear
right now.
or the man, except all right.
Oh,
I love it. She has no connection to reality. None.
Morning Mayhem said the current crop of young men are coming up significantly more informed and thus conservative. Older women to them are some of the most female empowered and liberal. It wouldn't work.
hold on. She wrote another
Not
article.
necessarily.
Hold on. Her most recent article is, "I love my husband. I'm still withholding sex until the patriarchy falls."
Yeah, I doubt he's withholding anything at all, honey. He's out there.
I doubt
Why
he's
are
going to
you
be your
giving
husband
a
for much
gift?
longer.
No. Her abstaining is probably the best thing to ever happen to him. He no longer has to smell
And
the fish.
if they're the same age, probably in their mid 50s, he's gonna leave her ass for the fucking for a
20-year-old.
35-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah.
April
Help some
13th.
poor broad grow up too.
April 13th, she produced an article called "Ladies, Keep Your Last Name When You Get Married." The article before that, "Jesus was the original woke socialist. MAGA would have
This
crucified
woman is
him."
deluded.
Then
Wow.
the article
Okay,
before
you're
that.
getting on my case for making those last name comparisons, and she literally wrote that article. Theo.
No.
Okay. Racism
correct.
claimed. Okay, that's about the Kamala Anthony. There's no such thing as straight man, as a straight man. And then it starts off with, "Men are the gayer sex after all." Hold on.
It doesn't have an age listed.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Cuckoldry could have prevented this disaster. Misogynist hates feminism because it teaches women how to protect themselves from predators.
Nope.
Says the woman who wants to live next to MS-13.
And then the first article she's written is, "It's time to break up with monogamy or whatever."
Monogamy.
Yeah, monogamy.
Oh, good. So she's pro polyamory. God damn it. God damn it. So ours, yeah.
Someone make an ours
I'm
are
just
making an
surprised
account
for
to this
Harry
web.
Brown.
Yeah.
Ours are making
Instead
an
of-
account to this website so we can see her rest of her articles. So we can read them.
Oh no. Oh no.
Look,
Yeah.
I pointed out the last name. You told me I was wrong to do so.
No, look. You're engaging in pattern recognition, and pattern recognition is anti-Semitic, so we can't do that on this show.
Oh, hold on. There's DEI for voters: how to make democracy and capitalism more equitable.
Oh no.
AKA preventing another Trump presidency.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh Lord, it's. Does
She
she
must
have any
be
good
hell right
takes? Does she have any good takes? Or
Did you seriously ask that question?
Zero.
I don't know.
I think that's all her articles.
This is how many. You know what's crazy? I bet you like that's not even super provocative in the journalist class.
Yeah, I think mahogany is overrated.
I think that's a game. That's a game that used to be on Nexon or something.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yes, but it was also making fun of you mispronouncing
Oh,
monogamy.
fuck.
It's also a kind of wood.
Hey,
that was the joke, Arza. We all got it.
I know we got it.
And he's
I don't
allowed
think
to make
Vagabond
it.
got
He's Hispanic.
I don't think Vagabond got it.
I'm just saying, Ebonics, folks, Ebonics.
Arza, could you explain that to us too?
As I'm shoving a piece of bacon in my fucking mouth, you blow me out.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh shit.
This has been fun. Let's
Well,
do.
here's my
Well,
protection.
at least we got.
against this
Hey, you want to know
Steinberg.
what? At least we got a live viewing on stream of you putting meat in your mouth. So anyway,
And no one actually knew that it was meat until you decided to tell everyone.
I know.
So good job on that.
Well, I'm actively shoving him out, and he blows me up as I'm shoving food down my throat.
Oh,
Sorry, you
man.
got
This is
blew
my
up while
protection
you were
against
shoving it in
writers.
your mouth.
Look, that's usually when I do get big, but
Oh God.
Oh boy.
that's the only response I want.
that laugh
Yeah.
scared me a little bit.
All right, let's do one more. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. And so you guys to believe me. Oh, well, never mind.
Great.
No,
Lovely.
go ahead.
Go on. I was just looking through all her articles, but yeah.
If you
Why
have
are
a
you
way
doing
to
that to
send that
yourself?
to me, I gotta go down that rabbit hole with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know, are her parents still together? Where'd she go to school?
Yeah, this sounds like a friend of the channel. We might have to do.
Oh man, I
might
don't
have
think she
to
would
do-
ever come on, but whatever.
Yeah, we might have to do a deep dive into all of her work.
Like
let's do.
your friend of the channel, comic chick.
Yes. Oh, but okay. There is an update to that story, but I'm trying to get another guest on the channel to talk about it. So we're pausing on that for right now. But there is an update to that story that actually
God.
blew up. This
I
week.
sent it to you.
Psycho.
All right, that's awesome. All right, we got one more Emerald. Let's do one more of these because we're on it. We're cooking. We got some viewers. Let's do. This is Sophie Raid. So Sophie Raid is another OnlyFans model, and this is Bonnie Blue, who recently got booted from OnlyFans because she was going to do a petting zoo experiment where I guess she was just like in a glass cage, and people were just going to come by and fuck her from like off the street or whatever. I don't know what was going to happen, but she was going to be like an outdoor, like it was compared to a petting zoo, so it wasn't going to be good.
God.
Anyway.
And just like the koala department, you're likely to get chlamydia.
Yeah, and anyway, Sophie Raid says Bonnie Blue is ruining OnlyFans for everyone. It's no longer about women's empowerment. I hope one day she realizes the trauma she's caused herself so many women. Bear in mind, Sophie Raid is also an OnlyFans model. She made like $50 million last year.
But I just to kind of get some clarity here, but her content, I'm assuming, is more like softcore, just, she's not getting run through by.
Yeah. Technically, she's officially a virgin still, supposedly.
Oh, she's one of those. Okay.
Yeah. So she's doing other stuff, but like, whereas
Yeah, anal
Bonnie
doesn't
Blue
count.
is, famously got railed by 1,000 guys in a day, which, if we're being honest, I don't want to be judgmental. That feels like too many.
I thought you were going to say that was honorable.
How would you know what it feels like?
Okay. All right, that's enough out of you.
Oops.
That's enough out of you. Okay.
Oh shit!
All right.
No, her
anyway,
next challenge was actually going to be 1,000 anal, and then her doctor told her that would literally kill you if you.
You will die. You'll die.
She was literally told by her doctor that she will die if she does that.
Right.
You're such a bitch, Theo.
All right. So okay. Gal, here to offer expert analysis on what it would be like to get butt blasted by 1,000 dudes in a day. Gal, what is your take on this situation?
They're both whores. I don't care about them.
It's crazy though that I look at this Sophie Raid situation. I think this is an example of like Sophie Raid just wants to eliminate the competition. Because Body Blue was the original turbo slut. Then Lily Phillips is the turbo slut, and then some other chick just balled like 500 dudes in an afternoon. So now there's a third turbo slut that has entered the chat. So now, pretty soon, the competition for OnlyFans models is only going to get more extreme. You're going to have to be like an uber super turbo slut to get traction in this economy. And I think Sophie Raid is staring down the pipe, and she's like, "Hey, you're fucking with my meal ticket, girl." You know, it's
Wait
not.
until she learns about
the pipe when
AI
she's
and
used to being
robots.
the pipe.
Okay, so I mean, I think it's different. So I think just because how ridiculous her article sounds about how many guys she's going to have or whatever. So I think all the traction goes to her instead of the other girls. So that's what they're mad about. Same thing happened on what was it, the one camera site where it was a VTuber model, Project Melody, that all Chatterbait or whatever. So Project Melody made a Chatterbait account and went on there. I guess her model can get naked and do a bunch of other stuff with it. And they had to ban her from the site because all the actual real life women were complaining that she was taking all the viewership away. And I think she crashed the site like a couple times for how many people would tune in to watch.
Dude. Well, when that new video thing, that new AI video thing dropped, the OnlyFans guy, the guy who owns it, tried to like sell it at a huge discount day of. I think he knows his goose is cooked. Like it's over. It's already over. And it's just a matter of time.
I don't think this Rain whore is out here worried about losing business to Bonnie Blue. I think she's worried that Bonnie Blue will get the site destroyed. Because if she keeps doing these extreme actions, somebody's going to come knocking for answers. And that actually puts all OnlyFans chicks' business at risk, which is good. But she's worried. She's looking at it the long term. Like if Bonnie Blue keeps doing what she's doing, this will hurt all of the e-girls.
Yeah. And I mean, and she's coming at it from a place where she's more of a Playboy centerfold type. And this chick is just fucking utterly disgusting. So she's got a little bit of misplaced superiority, but at the same time, you kind of understand that.
Today's the first.
I want Bonnie Blue to keep going if that means that OnlyFans gets wiped out completely.
This whore's gonna ruin it for the rest of us whores.
That's exactly like.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Bye bye, ho.
The lonely men who don't realize that it's fucking free.
Yeah, it's like also, you know, I don't know. What's crazy about OnlyFans in particular is that most of the guys who are on there are married. That's like mostly who, and some of the data suggests that like a lot of the guys go on there to just like chat and just like talk about their feelings with what they think is a hot girl. But it's either a dude or increasingly it's like an AI chatbot that's responding to them. And they don't even talk about sexual stuff. They just talk like what's, you know, going on in their lives, you know, stuff that they feel uncomfortable talking to their wives about, I guess. And
it's those weird parasocial relationships. It's the real problem.
You're talking about which one?
They're using it as therapy because they have nobody in their life who'll listen to them, because men do need to have their problems heard as well as solved. Sometimes they just need to be heard. Not in the same way that women need to rant, but when you can't tell this to your wife because your wife is going to turn it all and throw it against you in your face sometime later, and a therapist is going to do the same thing and charge you $100 for it. What else do you have besides some random slut on the internet who doesn't actually exist?
Oh, I see a future article. My husband's leaving me for the Roomba because it actually cleans the house.
I have a bit about this. I have a bit about cheating on my wife with a Roomba.
Honestly, I don't think
Sure
it's
you do.
that
Is the
serious.
bit
Like,
you having a wife?
Jesus Christ! All right,
one, I don't think AI is the
get her out of here.
takeover.
Okay, go ahead, Vagabond.
No, I'm just saying I don't think AI is the takeover. I'd rather have like a VTuber, or like so like that's why VTubers are real big. It's just a lot of them are entertaining or whatever. And when it comes to therapy for men, I don't believe men really need therapy. That's what you're. It's like the therapy comes in hanging out with your boys or whatever, while the girls have their girls' night out. We're at the Water Buffalo Lounge, chopping it up or whatever. Hell, the Grand
That doesn't
Poobah
exist anymore, though.
Right,
that doesn't exist anymore, though. Feminism has also destroyed male spaces.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to
more
say
women
the
see
circular.
male friendships as problematic.
Go ahead.
Yes, like this is all women's fault. All of it. Like they're the ones that are offering this service because they're the ones that have made men lonely, because they're the ones that have to make their money off of these lonely men. So it's just a situation that they've created for them to perpetuate and continue on for the end of time.
Right. And
bitch about it.
This is actually okay. So this is something that I retweeted earlier this week this ties perfectly to what we're talking about. This is some woman speaking out loud, just yapping into the ether, and we allow it. If men's mental health mattered to men, they'd create safe spaces for themselves and each other, pursuing therapy and creating community. Instead, they perpetuate the very behavior systems they have handicapped them in the first place, refuse to support or create community amongst each other, severely damage the women in their lives who try to care for them, and attack women online for not doing the work for them in the replies to tweets like the one below. LOL. Okay, so what I said was that we used to have spaces where we could hang out and feel safe, and you destroyed them all. You said this is toxic. You can't have this. And so the other thing too is that our society rewards men in proportion to the extent to which they're valuable to other people. And there's no value created for other people with hanging out with your friends. So there's not. So a lot of guys, what's crazy is, and also when you first get into a relationship with a woman, a lot of times if you got to go try to hang out with your friends, she will punish you for that. And she'll punish you emotionally. She'll be like, yes, that's fine. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. And then she'll create problems for you when you get back. You learn pretty quickly, oh, she's going to be mad at me if I hang out with my friends. So I better not do that.
Women?
And then, you're 8 years into the relationship. Pretty soon, she's like, why doesn't he have any friends? This is the discourse you hear from women all the time. I'm his only friend. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't socialize. And it's because you ruined all the male spaces. You punished him for hanging out with his friends, and work has become so demanding. It's such a large part of American life that we've gotten rid of third spaces for most people anyway. All the male only spaces are gone. So all he's got to do is go home. And if he wants anyone to speak to who's not his wife or his dog, he's paid for OnlyFans models. Right. And go ahead.
Well, this is actually really.
Go ahead.
It's so hard for me to be in these conversations because I am that chick that only gets along with dudes for the most part. So like I'm in y'all's spaces, but I still try not to be. Like I will go watch my K-drama. You guys hang out type of thing. But like it's so hard for me to even just be part of it because I'm already in your spaces. But I still don't always want to be like
well, okay. When women come to male spaces, the women that we want in male spaces are the ones who generally like whatever the space was. Yeah, in the first place. Yeah. Like when I'm playing video games and my chick wants to play video games with me because she actually does like it, that's a plus. But if it's like forced or whatever, or like if she's forcing herself to be there, then it's not necessarily good. That's the difference.
Yeah. I mean, I recently got into an argument that was very similar to this over the band Linkin Park, arguing that there is value in music that can bring solace to people, especially young men. A lot of men, they need that kind of emotional release that comes from music and similar things. And the one thing that was told to me by the woman who was arguing with me was, Arza, I'm not going to go to you for any advice about masculinity. Which, while a great singer, is kind of
deep.
very, very counterproductive to the argument being out. Because while very accurate, was
not
also
very
the point that I was making, is that men today don't have spaces. Men today don't know what masculinity is. So if I'm going to look for when I was 13, if I was looking for masculinity in Linkin Park, you can't really blame me when that's the only form of masculinity present. We don't have
make
friends.
sure this
We don't
is
have
clear. Original.
Yes.
Yes.
So I did a video about how the new Linkin Park's really bad because the original Linkin Park is explicitly a masculine feeling. Original Linkin Park is deeply tied to masculine reality. And the new stuff, by putting a woman in that place, destroys everything by trying to have a woman sing about masculine feelings.
I'm also meaning before the woman came into it at all. They
Yes,
went
that's what I'm talking about
corporate,
too.
but yes, yeah.
So when it goes to everything we talk about, women don't want to understand men. They will actively do their best to ensure that they don't understand men. And then when a man tries to let them understand, it's immediately the man's fault for daring to be different than what the woman thinks he is. Men want spaces, but when we create spaces, women or men raised only by women will come in there to ruin the space, to turn it into the next HR-friendly zone. They don't exist because they're not allowed to exist. Men create spaces, women and sissy men come and ruin said spaces.
I blame Eve.
Based.
Eve.
Based.
Adam and Eve. Martha.
This is actually, so we have a Full Metal Nate, friend of the channel. I remember my ex trying to stop me from going to the movies. He runs a movie review channel. Go check out, subscribe to Full Metal Nate if you haven't already. This was back when I saw a lot of movies and it drove her insane because I enjoyed it. And you enjoyed something that did not include her, and that drove her apoplectic.
Did she ever offer to go with you?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't that it didn't include her. It didn't center around her.
Right.
You see that with a lot of problems with women. If I'm not the center of attention, then what you're doing is wrong.
Women hurt my head.
No,
this goes right back to the feelings thing. If it doesn't make her feel good, then it is a moral wrong.
Yeah, and this is
strange. Everything on the show always circles back to itself.
Yeah,
absolutely. Women, they do that. It's all women's fault.
Now,
based.
And there are normal women out there like you, gal, like Selena. It's just so hard to find.
Yeah, there's some women who were invited. There's women who are here because they're invited, and then there's women who muscled their way in because they thought it didn't smell good enough in there and it needed pillows. And
throw pillows that are useless.
Yes.
Let's clarify.
Yes.
Well,
they don't actually use them as pillows.
At the same time, I don't think it's all doom and gloom. Like, we can make spaces. So it's like, hey, we're going camping this fucking weekend, or let's plan a camping trip. And yes, and we'll go out into the desert, go shoot some bunch of guns and shit. Like, we can make spaces and just do it. Like, just because we don't have a permit that says we can't discriminate or whatever, do some shit.
This is our space. This is the men's space, and we allow for the women who are positive in our space to be here, mostly. And so, but the problem is,
I'm not positive. I don't know what
you are positive to the men.
I haven't. I also, that's on me. I also haven't always made good choices about the women I chose to let in. We're not naming any names in particular.
But the problem is,
just to go back to what Vagabond just said, real quick. Okay, yeah. Then again, that's a private setting, like with personal friends that you already know. Because if it was like a public, like a men's only camping event, move Facebook, shut that shit down. Now, going back to it just being with people that you invite that you know and want to go hang out and do that thing, there's always going to be that one or two dudes that like, no, my wife won't let me go, or no, my girlfriend doesn't want me to. You know that's true. There's always a few of them.
Okay, and that's where it's either you leave those two behind, or you suggest, hey, you talk to your girl, like, hey, do you mind setting up like an all-girls trip
distract
while we
these
do
other women?
Yeah, there's something, and then you guys go hang out while we go do this shit over here.
Again, why do there have to be that many steps though? There really shouldn't be.
Well, that's
whatever. Like,
you could just say no. Like,
but I agree with you. I 100% agree with what you're saying because I've been in that same situation.
But Theo, do you remember an article or a post we covered a few
Not
months
with my wife,
ago
of course.
Yeah.
About the father who wanted to take his son and his son's friend on the camping trip.
Right.
Who caused a lot of problems because the daughter wanted to go with.
Yes.
It's all about the feelings, not wanting to hurt the feelings of the people who don't want to be involved.
Yes.
People just need to understand feelings need to be hurt sometimes. I'm sorry.
So people can't. Sometimes you can't do everything. Like I can't do everything that I want to do. Sometimes, like it's just you just can't. Like sometimes you just don't. There's certain things that are not for you. That's okay. Like I can't be the point guard of the Los Angeles Lakers this weekend. I would really like to. That would be sick. I would love to go to the after party. I'd love to bang a Kardashian or whatever.
I mean,
you can't.
I love to be the cameraman at a girls' volleyball event, but we all got dreams and wishes.
Look, we all got things we can't do. We made choices,
I mean, I wish I was a tall black man that could go into places and have women step on me for free. It just doesn't.
It doesn't happen for everybody.
You still have time.
I want my father to respect me, but I chose to become a comedian. We don't always get what we want. It happens. But yeah, it's like I think. Well, it's just a broader problem with women generally is they don't understand. I think because like society's been so easy for so long and we've just catered so much to women's whining. It's why there's so many particularly young women who are just like selfish and entitled. Like you gotta understand that's not the norm. That's not a norm for well socialized women. That's a very like base natural animalistic state, a very like immature unevolved state where the culture has done basically nothing to offer any kind of positive influence.
Well, at the same time, I think that's like I'm gonna say the same thing with the area issue again, is like they're a loud minority. So if you go to a college campus or whatever, of course you find those types or whatever, right? But if you go out to like your local bar that's not in like a hipster area, like everyone's normal and chilling out or whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
There's no non-hipster local bars anymore.
Yeah, that's the proliferation of it is pretty significant.
If they're advertising IPAs, then don't go in there.
Repeat what I just said.
Yeah, like, well, yeah, I will say this. This is something that I got into kind of in the group chat earlier. Is I think there are a lot of women who are really well adjusted and have good relationship skills and are cool to be around, and they're all in relationships because they find it very easy to get into relationships because people want them and they're pleasant to be around and they're desirable, right? And so they get married to people like Iron who got there first. And the rest of and those of us like me who made poor life choices, we have to sift through what's left. That's what we get. We get what's left. And there might be somebody left. There might be. You might get lucky. But the reality is, like, after like speaking to so many selfish, entitled people, because everybody who's single now is single for a reason. And myself very much included, not exempting myself from this at all. Right? Like I'm single because of my life choices. Everybody I know who's in my cohort who's single, there's a reason. And a lot of times if it's a woman, her standards have continued to get higher and higher and higher. And her beliefs have gotten more and more and more delusional as she's spent time like disconnected from the healthy boundaries that, a masculine presence would have placed around her, So I don't know what to do with that. There are outliers, obviously, They exist, I assume, but it's like, can we stop with the fucking cat? I'm Jesus Christ! God damn it! You know what? Fuck it. We're wrapping the show. That's fine. We're ending it. The species is dying. The birth rate is plummeting. Women are chopped. But yeah, you know what? Get a fucking cat.
Well, Theo,
that's how we're ending it.
Oh, hold on, Theo. A lot of women like cats, so if you get a cat, that's like an extra plus for her to like She doesn't want to come over and stuff. It's
do,
like when you get the small dog.
No, I do have a cat, but here's the thing. When I'm doing a podcast, you know what I do? I don't play with it. I just leave it somewhere else. And then
Maybe that's why you're single.
Okay.
Theo doesn't want to play with the pussy on stream. I don't believe this.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. Let's redirect. Sammy 3P.
Oh.
Where can we find you? All right, that's sleep apnea. You should go ahead and get that checked out, buddy. All right.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I think this is one of your finest episodes, and I'm not even kidding.
Thanks, buddy.
I said how he's been sleeping all night, or all stream.
Yeah.
Because he looks like he's playing it up.
I thought he was at first. When he
he looks like he's. He looks like.
Oh, I think his wife's waking him up.
Is he okay?
This is 3P. What's up, girl?
Clearly
How you
just
doing?
constantly falling asleep like at all times. Here, let me just.
Yeah, go ahead with it.
I'm gonna
Yo.
go on and talk a little bit.
What's up, Mrs. 3P?
Is
How
he
you doing?
okay?
Hey. I don't give a shit if he's okay.
Yeah, no,
This
he
is-
has sleep apnea, and
I
like,
knew
this
it. I
is
called
like-
it. Didn't I call that?
this is
I
my
told you
life.
guys.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look, a puppy.
Wake up. That's Chewy. Yup. I didn't even know he was still in here. I don't know how you guys got him back in. Looks like you took him out because he fell asleep.
Well, yeah,
we had to take
did.
him.
We brought it back in. Yeah.
We were doing his outro for him.
Yeah. Hello. Hey, anybody order a side 3P? I'm Sammy 3P. I play music and I do videos about Batman. Hey, yeah. All right. That's his.
In
That's
other,
his outro.
yeah, subscribe to Sammy 3P. In other news, will be on Sunday, hopefully.
The bunny ears are a nice
I don't know
touch.
what to tell you guys, I'm sorry. I don't.
That's okay,
That's
Mrs.
fine.
3P. Happy to see you. Pleasure
I'm
as
just
always.
doing my best over here. I don't know if I've ever shown my face on here. Actually,
No, you're doing great. We're very happy you did. Welcome to Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass. Audience, welcome to the 4%, by the way.
oh my god, I was just talking to like literally everyone I know about touching grass. What a great topic.
Excellent.
It always is.
Excellent. Wow. We like you. We like you so much better than Sammy. We might have you on next time. Okay. There we go. That was Mrs. 3P, everybody. All right. That was good. That was good.
Holy shit.
Runaway Vagabonds. What kind of stuff do you get up to? Now here's the thing. Your podcast, I swear it's not hentai, has become like Dr. Dre's elusive detox album. It keeps being teased and not coming out. Is it coming out?
Yes, probably tomorrow. I'm hoping there's no thunderstorm tomorrow. I think it's just light rain, so I should be fine. I do got a lot of things to edit for it. Yeah, so there's a 25% chance of rain, so I'll probably be fine to start it tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe to me. I'll make an announcement, and I swear it's not hentai podcast. Will be officially tomorrow, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. 3P. Sponsor this half hour, Mrs. 3P. All right. Friend of the channel. Go ahead. Iron, go ahead. What kind of shit do you get up to besides degrading me on my own show?
Well, that's my favorite hobby. But other than that, I've got the weekly Rogues Gallery every Friday at 5:35 p.m. PST. Working out the new show, Ironcast. We've had 2 pilot episodes that went pretty successful. Locking down a schedule and getting a format, and we'll be putting some announcements out for that soon. Hopefully by the end of this month or for first week of July's the tentative start date for that. And you can catch me on other people's shows like this one, occasionally over on Drunken Emerald show, occasionally on Sammy 3P for Cavecast and in other news. And if you follow me over on Twitter, you'll know where to find me. And go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to put Bat Sauce in his place and get to 1,000 before he does because he's a hack.
And he would have twins when he gets to 1,000.
There's always that too, because I can just make that shit happen, right?
A mini Selena and Iron.
Thank you.
Hashtag
for
Iron
back up
Seed.
again, Vagabond.
Hashtag Iron
Okay,
Seed.
I'm done with my outro. That's it. All right.
All right. Arza, what kind of stuff do you get up to?
Well, not a lot, unfortunately. But when I do things on YouTube, which is actually a lot of things on YouTube, I put out 2 videos a day. One is a video, one is a short that summarizes it. And you can follow me on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, X, where I put all that out. Normally, I announce shows, but I never know what show I'm going to be on until I get the invite link. Except I do know tomorrow I am going to be on Ryan Roger Athay's reality-based Tangent Kings at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. UK. And I believe there's going to be a special guest joining that show who's also on this panel when he does his outro.
Oh, shit. Is that the day I said yes to?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck yeah. All right, cool. All right. Gal, if I weren't morally opposed to saying nice things to women, I might say something nice to you at some point. What do you get up to?
Aw. Every Wednesday I do Cook in the Books, where I take the book list collecting dust in the corner for you and read it to you so you don't have to. Right now we are reading Jurassic Park. So every Wednesday, green-haired anti-liberal on Rumble and YouTube. But otherwise, in an hour and a half, I will be on Samuel the Infamous's channel, Screaming into the Void, like I generally am every Saturday. Otherwise, I am Dermy Wormy's producer for Ballbusters and sometimes go on the weekend pregame for Static 2020. That's me.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Cooking the Books, not a cooking show, turns out. I was very disappointed. She's just reading. That's the whole show. All right.
The amount of times that I have explained what it is, like I just didn't give it away for you.
Oh, man. You're doing a lot of talking. I'm not doing a lot of listening. All right, Emerald.
You can just pull out
what 99 overall producer. Couldn't do the show without you. Always happy you're here. Ladies, he's single. What kind of shit do you get?
Well, the credit rating of 757.
Credit rating of a 757. He can buy you a house and fill you with his seed. All right.
Can he be a
fill you up like a turkey baster? All right. What kind of stuff do you get up to when you're not impregnating women?
Tuesday, we have Nerds Covering the News at 6 p.m. PST over on my channel. Then on Wednesday, we have a new show over on Devil's channel, which is Make Me a Sandwich with Iron and Theo over on Devil's channel. Then on Fridays, I'm rotating cast over on the Weekly Rogues Gallery. And then also I do Third Ralify and Gina show. And then it leads into insert title here, which is Fridays at 9:30 PST over on my channel. And then over on Sammy 3P's channel at 8:30 a.m. PST, we have Cavecast. And then back here producing the show. And back over on Devil's show, I'm the producer over on that show as well.
Excellent. I've been your host, Theo Snodgrass. I'm a comedian podcaster out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is my show, Touch Grass, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Saturday. I do Ironcast with Iron. I do Rogues Gallery with Iron. I'm on Make Me a Sandwich with Devil now, and I do all sorts of other shows and stuff. I'm gonna be on Robert Roger Athay tomorrow, which I forgot I said yes to that, but we're gonna make it happen. If you want to see me do live stand-up comedy, I've got Delirious Comedy Club. I will be there tomorrow. If you want to see me, I'll be at the Neighborhood Bar on the 17th. Out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see. Got my calendar in front of me. Now I got a bunch of other shit coming up, but but I'm gonna wait to announce that. I'll just do them 2 at a time. That way you guys can remember. If you want to keep track of all the stuff I do, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. That's the important one. Follow me on Rumble. Send me DM. Would you fucking stop with the goddamn cat? Jesus Christ. I am so fucking done with you guys. All right. And you know what? Fuck you guys. We're just doing a hard out. Okay? We're done.